Ah,
And we are live, and tonight I am joined by two fantastic bad fuckers, and possibly some more bad fuckers. I am joined by Deacon, and I am joined by Anthropomatic Fiend, who I also like to christen Lestat Nahat. And the topic of tonight's discussion is sci-fi, how it works so well, like jelly and ice cream, with horror, and what our favorite sci-fi shows are, sci-fi movies, and how sci-fi has actually kind of influenced society with the likes of smartphones and stuff. Like we saw smart technology in the likes of Star Trek, kind of touchscreens and things like that. So, guys, Andrew, I'm going to start with you. I'm gonna hit you with a heady question. Okay, why do you think horror and sci-fi works so well together?
Well, I think it sort of comes down to fear of the unknown, because that's kind of what's at the core of most horror. And a lot of sci-fi, while on the one hand sci-fi does tend to build mythologies a lot more and explain things more, when it's coupled with horror, it takes sort of the creatures and the world that it's created and it doesn't explain it to you. It just sort of throws you headfirst into that situation, and that can be terrifying, because you don't know how the thing and the thing works. You don't know how the xenomorph and alien works. You're just sort of thrust headfirst into it, and no one really knows how to cope with that. I think that's what makes it work so well as horror.
Yeah, we all know how like shooting a zombie in the head, in the brain, and like stabbing a vampire in the heart with a stake. But like we are as you said, we are propelled into a futuristic world, a futuristic universe, and we are an unknown. We are a stranger in an unknown land, and as well as the characters kind of being totally oblivious to the situation, we are as well. Like as you said, it does, it lends itself to the unknown. But the other thing I do also like with sci-fi and horror mixed together is it also lends a bit of credence. It's like, again, I'm not saying that it's totally kind of legitimizes the situation, but it definitely reinforces the suspension of disbelief that this might happen. Like mythical creatures like vampires and werewolves and stuff, they're far-fetched to folklore, whereas, like, again, 28 days later, a viral outbreak, and here we are in fucking 2020, fucking experiencing a viral outbreak. So there is that 1 foot in reality. What about yourself, Deacon? What do you think? Why do you think horror and sci-fi work so well together?
because of its natural progression in storytelling and how it grips the audience. Usually, when it comes to a scientific premise, it's a fantasy. Then it's scientific experimentation, which can be horrific in itself. And then the end result, which could be the ultimate terrifying thing. So if you combine unknown with the figuring out of what is known, much like Anthro said, with you don't know what the thing is, you don't know what the xenomorph is, but it takes experimentation to get there, and unfortunately, experimentation is horrific.
Yeah, it's again, you could do parallels to the real world again, like the amount of scientific advancements that man has achieved through the likes of experimentation with like the Nazi war criminals experimentation and stuff like that. It's just again, it's how far do you go? And again, it's not horror, but the likes of Jurassic Park even explores that when man tampers with nature, you know.
But technically it is a horror, because at the end of the day, you've got creatures stalking, which are basically the stalking serial killers, taking out a whole bunch of flesh bags.
It's at least got a foot in horror.
Yeah, no, I know that there's definitely horror elements to it. For example, where Nedre gets killed, or where the raptors are as you said, they're literal slashers with their knives on their feet. And again,
they're like Michael Myers or Jason. Yeah, they're like Michael Myers or Jason, just following you through the forest.
But no, just again, like I don't think it's any coincidence as well. The most a horror story with the most notoriety is also the first example of science fiction, which is Mary Shelley's A Tale of Modern Prometheus, aka Frankenstein. Like, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, because that's based on part reality and part fantasy. It's the perfect mix of horror and sci-fi.
Like, again, if you look at like a lot of I bracket sci-fi horror into two things. It's okay. It's either spatial exploration gone awry or science and manipulation of nature gone awry. They're usually them two. Terminator, the first Terminator, I would also classify as a horror because Arnie, the first Terminator, Arnie's a slasher villain. He's like fucking he's going after Sarah Connor like fucking. He's just like Jason. He's just like Michael. He doesn't use knives. He uses guns. Like, you know.
Yeah, in the scale when it comes to Terminator, it would go action, sci-fi, horror.
Yeah. Again, like, there are some bits where he's like working on his arm or he's peeling out the covering on his eye. That they definitely fall into the category of horror. Even the night, even fucking Kyle Reese's hey Mark, hey John, even Kyle Reese's nightmare sequences are like something out of fucking Paradise Lost or some just mountains of skulls and just it definitely lends itself to horrific kind of setup. What would be, guys, if you had to pick, what would be your favorite sci-fi horrors?
Ooh. God. I think I actually said when you did the sci-fi horror tag that my favorite was Bride of Frankenstein. That kind of is going back to the roots of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I also love The Invisible Man, though. I love Claude Rains' The Invisible Man. That would
James Whale knocked both those flicks out of the park. They
were
fantastic.
He did. And
it was just so fun.
Comic Relief knocked it out of the park in both of those movies.
Yeah. What about yourself, Deacon? What would you classify as your favorite kind of sci-fi horrors?
If we're combining the sci-fi and horror in equal measures, then I would have to say The Thing. If we're allowed to take it into different proportions, then it will most likely be what's the title of it?
What's it about?
Reanimator. That's it.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Reanimator's fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of my all-time favorites. I will sit there and watch it anytime.
I especially, again, he'll come up again when we're talking about sci-fi, but Jeffrey Combs' delivery in that movie is like, Dan is like, you killed the cat. You should have told me. What was I supposed to do, Dan? Cat dead, details later. I love that line. And just, he's like delivers it, and he's like, he takes off Halsey's head with a shovel. And he's like, plagiarist. It's like, yeah, the guy didn't deserve to get fucking decapitated with a shovel for plagiarism.
Oh, but it is so nice. It's good. It's a nice story about a guy who is so wrapped up in his own ego and idea of ethics that he completely ignores every other person or lesson that is there.
I always kind of took Jeffrey Combs, Herbert West, as being somewhat maybe autistic. Would that be like, or is that kind of would I be wrong to say that? I always thought that he was on some kind of scale that he was like hyper intelligent, but as a result had no way of actually kind of empathizing with people, and as you say, he was so engrossed in his work.
He's almost like if you took Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock Holmes, and he went very, very, very
Yes.
wrong.
Yeah, if Holmes was a fucking supervillain, or if Moriarty had fucking tampered with reanimation, like again, it's one of those things that
Professor Moriarty meets Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly. But what was I going to say?
Yeah.
What kind of
Ooh, we have a soulless trench coat in the chat going, "Hey everybody!"
Trenchy, I sent you an email with a link to the stream if you want to join.
Yeah, pop on there. I would usually have an open forum, but I kind of have a set idea in my head who I want to pop in, because there's people with certain expertise in certain fields of horror and science fiction that I kind of want to get there. I later on, I might make it a free for all, but at the moment, I kind of want to keep it a certain amount. But hey, what's up? What's up, Brad? I'm wearing the muzzle from Mad Max. This was made by a friend of mine, Anthony O'Neill. I'm going to drop a link to his Twitter page in the chat at some stage. Deacon, what are you wearing? Give us a rundown of your ensemble.
Well, basically, the character idea was the train conductor from Hell. So I decided just to go with the welding goggles, put them on, and then construct a face muzzle that looks like a cow splitter.
What about yourself? Andrew, you've gone for a steampunky kind of look.
Yeah. I got this hat a long time ago in I believe it was Hannibal, Missouri. They have a big steampunk festival there that I've never been to, but they have sort of a steampunk shop there. So I bought this hat and these goggles there. And then the jacket is just something I'm borrowing from my dad. But the whole idea is just sort of my steampunk adventuring alter ego. Some kind of generic, but I like it.
I think it's awesome.
You look like... He kind of looks like in a steampunk movie, he's the evil genius behind it all, causing all the horrific things to happen.
Ooh.
I actually think he looks like a villain in a Studio Ghibli movie.
Oh, and speaking of steampunk, Bronco has just chimed in saying, "Looks like you all went to the steampunk S&M shop."
Well, you know, you gotta shop. You gotta go where you go.
Why do I need a shop? Why do I need a shop? Why do I need a shop when I own half of it and I can build the rest? Yeah. Don't worry, I play evil character. Enjoy.
Yeah, Mark says I'm Lestat goes steampunk, and can you imagine if you actually gave Lestat that kind of technology? That's a bad idea.
Oh, he'd be automating blood removal automatically, wouldn't he? He'd just kind of like, right, how do we get these cattle in line?
Yep.
But like, what do you think is a film that's sometimes mistaken as science fiction that's actually horror? What, or vice versa? What would be science fiction but is mistaken as horror for you? Like what kind of gets mixed up in the in the kind of in the
If you go back to the 50s, movies like This Island Earth kind of get lumped in with the Universal monsters, but it's really more a focus on the aliens and the technology. There's really nothing. The monsters and the mutants in the back are really more just sort of background characters in that movie. It's not a horror movie.
Yeah, it was all part of the kind of the fear of kind of nuclear war and Cold War fears and like nuclear weapons and such. The guy who actually made this mask is in the chat. Anthony, could you drop a link to your Tumblr or your page where people can check out your stuff. I will actually leave one in the description, but if you have one handy there, drop it in, dude.
Yes, Euphoria Pictures. Our secret is out. This is the new Mad Max movie.
This is a weird ass Mad Max movie.
Trains, planes, and auto drills.
But like, Andrew, would you say that there is the whole, there is like the 50s were the kind of where sci-fi and horror kind of got like interlinked with the likes of Tarantula, even the shitty ones, even the Deadly Claw and Black Scorpion and stuff. Do you think that's where kind of horror and sci-fi kind of melded? The 50s was the kind of.
I mean, it does go back further than that. I mean, you brought up Frankenstein with the Universal monsters. You've got the Frankenstein franchise. You've got the Invisible Man. You've got all these mad scientist movies, but it's in a very gothic frame of reference where it's not really trying to explain the science of what's happening. It's more about the atmosphere and the horror element. With stuff in the 50s, it's all about this new atomic technology, and they really try to explain what's happening. Sometimes in really, really stupid ways that I love, but they do still try to put some kind of scientific basis behind what's happening rather than just saying, oh, it's mad science.
Would you also say, okay, you were saying about Frankenstein and while other movies, okay, obviously you had James Whale's Frankenstein and Dracula and the other movies were more folklore and supernatural. Would you say the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari falls into that category as science fiction horror?
Well, with Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, it's almost more psychological, and it's not really like a. It's interesting. That movie's more about hypnotism and somnambulism and sleepwalking. It's not so. I don't know if you consider that sort of subject matter within.
Well, the thing is, okay, so on a rough scale, you could say, okay, he uses hypnotism, right? Which in this, wait, okay, well, I'm not gonna go over whether hypnotism is an actual science or anything, but back then it was considered a medical practice, or back then there was a legitimacy to it. So could you say that he was using his medical knowledge in order to kind of enslave this individual? Would you say that would fall into the category of it?
Yeah, he's a mad scientist, and the cool thing about it is he loses his own identity on the way. No one is really sure of their own identity or what's real in that movie.
It's one of those things as well, as you were saying, like like other movies, the I don't know how to explain it. Like Metropolis, again, there's some really it's science fiction, but there's some really creepy parts in that fucking movie, and it definitely delves into the kind of sci-fi horror element. What about yourself, Deacon? Is there anything that you think over the years has been misconstrued that's actually sci-fi that's been misconstrued as horror, or horror that's been misconstrued as sci-fi?
Kingdom of the Spiders is a sci-fi, not a horror, but it is widely considered a horror and not a sci-fi. And then Hemoglobin, which is a horror but is classed as a sci-fi, even though it's a horror.
Okay.
Those are my two main examples.
And like, where do you think the mistakes are made in the interpretations of those movies?
In Kingdom of the Spiders, it comes into play because they don't make it clear it's based on a scientific premise, so it just plays out as a horror movie unless you know what it's about.
Yeah.
And in Hemoglobin, it's based on the science of inbreeding over the years, which results in mutations and the need for new blood to be brought in. But it's more based on the science of it instead of the horror of it, even though it's based on the horrors of the mutations, crossbreeding, kidnapping, and cannibalism.
Okay. I genuinely think that, like, when people think of sci-fi horror, they automatically gravitate to the likes of Event Horizon and Alien and The Thing, whereas they kind of overlook. 28 Days Later for me is definitely a sci-fi horror movie. The Rage virus, it's never gone in depth on how it works, but it's definitely, again, it's a case of man tampering with nature.
Oh,
And
I'll let you finish because I have information.
okay, I think when people go, oh, what's your favorite sci-fi horror movie? I go 28 Days Later, and they're like, isn't that just a horror movie? I'm like, the whole fucking premise is it's a viral infection that's taken hold. Go on, sorry, Deacon, you were going to say something, dude.
That movie is also based on the HB29 or 31 virus, which is a rabies virus which infects someone, will kill them within 28 days.
Jesus.
And during that time, they will be crazy, manic, bloodthirsty, unreasonable, hydrophobic, and afraid of the light.
And obviously not to the same kind of extent as.
Oh yeah,
as
they definitely overblew it in the movie. They made it much bigger. It would take a lot longer to spread around, but its infection rate and how it kills and stuff like that. About the same.
The bats, like the fucking dude who took the bath salts and ate the guy's face was more fucking 28 Days Later, I'd say, than those ones. Trenchy, you've been ominously quiet. Are you there, dude? Damn you vampiric penguin. Look, anyone in the comments, what is your favorite sci-fi horror movies?
Oh, and can I just say, in terms of the Phantasm movies, I definitely call those horror, but what the hell kind of subgenre do you classify that as? What do you classify Phantasm as?
Well, no, you're definitely right. It goes into the realm of science fiction because oh, we have a new member. Hey, Ethel.
Hey.
Hello.
It definitely falls into the realm of science fiction because the tall man is of extraterrestrial origin. He uses a space gate to get to Mars. Like, they don't really explicitly show how the science works, but yeah, it definitely falls into the realm of that. Ethel, would you say Phantasm falls into the realm of sci-fi horror?
Yeah, I'd bring it in sci-fi horror.
And what would you pick as your favorite kind of science fiction horror movie?
Well, I'm a big fan of Event Horizon. Like, that's a big one for me.
Yeah.
But, I'd also like to put Life Force out. That's a really good science fiction horror movie.
Life Force is brilliant, and it was Patrick Stewart's first on-screen kiss with anyone, not just the man or woman. It was his first ever on-screen kiss. So Steve Railsback was the first guy, first person Patrick Stewart ever kissed in a movie. So there, a bit of trivia for you. Trenchy, you're back with us.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm back. I just had
Have you a favorite sci-fi horror movie?
I really love. I know Predator isn't sci-fi horror. I really love that, but maybe The Cube.
No, it is, dude. It is. It's
Predator
it's a
is sci-fi.
It's a slasher set in the jungle.
I do really see it as a slasher that really like reverses it because you got these like big action dudes that could be like the stars of the whole cast could be a star of any action movie of their own, and they're being hunted down by this thing that's making them look like teenagers, man.
Like the thing is, that would fall into the realm of kind of pulp. Really great pulp stories like Conan the Barbarian. The Conan comics, the Conan novels would start off with like Conan just doing a mercenary job, having to fight guys, and then out of left field you have a fucking wizard, and this action adventure sword and sandals romp turns into a vampire story where he's fighting living dead people in a tomb. Like, that's great pulp.
Right.
Where, again, another great example of that. And again, it's not sci-fi horror, but From Dusk Till Dawn, where you have this Tarantino-esque movie that takes left field and then goes into a fucking horror movie. That's, I think, great fucking. And again, I love the Predator ship. I have a model of it. I don't think they should have put the ship in at the start. I think people should have gone in going, oh, it's just another fucking Arnie action movie with him and his team, and then just have the surprise of the alien. But yeah, no, Trenchy, I think you're fully entitled to call Predator a sci-fi horror movie, dude, because I would.
It's got aliens. It's got technology. I mean, those are two staples of science fiction. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't, you know.
And it skins people alive, Trenchy. That's horrible and stuff. Yo, Antro, what you got? What do you got for us?
I was going to bring up Event Horizon again because I think that's a really interesting example because I feel like it's not just sci-fi horror because you do have the ship and you do have horrific things happening on it. And the ship is the main scientific element, but it's not sort of done in a scientific way. Again, you sort of threw it out there as gothic horror, and the threat there is more supernatural than anything.
Yeah, it's essentially, backing up Antro's statement, it is essentially The Shining in space. That's what fucking Event Horizon is. There is, okay, now, like, obviously there's some kind of element around the planet that's affecting the ship, or the drive is affecting the ship, but it's not extraterrestrial influenced. It is something that is in the core of the ship that is, reality is being fucked with, and they've obviously torn the fabric of time and ended up in hell, essentially. Like, yeah, it's more, as I say, it's gothic sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
What you got to say, dude?
Oh, I was about to say, when it comes to Event Horizon, it's a nice movie to also point to say, this is what they mean when a science is so advanced, it is magic. Because there is no explanation for it. It is fantasy, but it's just beyond our understanding.
Arthur, yeah, Deacon, I think you're thinking of the classic quote by Arthur C. Clarke. Any science that cannot be explained could not be explained or understood by one culture is magic. It's essentially a supernatural element.
Yeah, it's where cargo religions came from.
Like, is there any other kind of hidden gem sci-fi horrors that people need to check out? I don't think a lot of people have seen a movie called Extra. Have you guys seen Extra?
I know of Extra. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's a weird sci-fi horror. Plaguers. Haven't seen Plaguers, Brad. What's that one about?
Meet the Applegates. That one I would recommend if you like sci-fi horror.
I haven't seen that one.
Basically, it's a story about what happens when praying mantis type aliens come to planet Earth, turn themselves into humans, and try to live in our culture, and how the breeding, eating, and killing of humans occurs.
Yeah.
I've not seen that one.
You even get the most grossest birth scene I have ever watched in that movie.
Even fuck. Okay.
It is ooey gooey, disgusting, spready. Bleh.
There is another movie that's kind of like that where this couple, newlyweds, they go out to a cabin, and the girlfriend, the wife, it's her one from Game of Thrones who played Ygritte. She gets abducted by aliens and she starts mutating, and your man has to try and either deliver or abort a baby that's coming out of her. I'm trying to think what the fucking name of the movie is. I'm gonna look it up there. But
yeah, I would recommend Meet the Applegates if you like your horror sci-fi with very gross, realistic prosthetics.
okay, when did it come out?
1980s.
And whoa, and it's like the obviously really good kind of prosthesis and stuff like that.
It's been banned from being played on TV since it came out.
Oh fuck!
You
Oh,
cannot
the
watch
movie I'm
it
talking
on
about,
TV
guys.
nowadays.
The movie I'm talking about is called The Honeymoon. It came out in 2009, I think.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Ooh.
With Rose Leslie, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah. Basically, she gets abducted, and it's a tamer version of Antichrist. What happens in that movie,
Oh God.
if that's possible? Wes Craven presents Mind Ripper would also be a good sci-fi horror. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Is that
I
the
like
one?
Oh,
Pardon me.
No, go on, Ethel. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I'd like to put the Sphere up there with sci-fi horror. You know.
There's one thing about the Sphere that's always annoyed me though, and I want to see if Ethel agrees with me. Okay, you know how they have to translate the language and they have to bend the keyboard and everything?
Yeah.
And you know how the guy changes his name, so it goes from being one name to the other. So they refer to the Sphere as one name and him as the other. Doesn't that mean that with every translation it should be faulty because he's changed words, he's actually changed letters around?
Well, no, because they got the name wrong because he was all misunderstood. You know, it wasn't like a mistranslation. At least I never took it like that. Like I took it like sort of like he was disoriented.
Yeah.
And like, because they even address it when they're talking to him. He's like, "Why do you keep calling me that?" You know.
Yeah, it's just where it got translated. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, it's just where they translate everything and then they come up with his name of Jerry. And it's kind of like, okay, shouldn't that mean every other J, every L should be a J?
Well,
no,
in the end of the story,
mistake, you know.
In the end of the story, isn't all their consciousness making up the Sphere? It turns out that they're actually controlling the Sphere themselves without realizing it. Their emotions are affecting the actions and powers of the Sphere.
Yeah, like the Sphere is using their thoughts and emotions to manipulate reality around it.
So maybe that's why it's not consistent, Deacon. Maybe because there's so many fucking thoughts from different people going through it that it can't streamline its communicative kind of skills or abilities. That's what I always gauged from it.
In that case, it's a case of give it escape because it's wibbly wobbly.
Yeah.
I'll let it skate past them.
Well, because they're talking to his subconscious through the Sphere, right? He's got to be disoriented because it's his subconscious. They later translate it. It's conceivable that they make that spelling mistake, but he calls him out on it later. He's like, "Why do you keep calling me Jerry?" You know. Well, that's how I
can. Yeah, in that case, as I said, I'm going to let it pass because for me, it's just the science of it. The science doesn't make sense, but
the other thing is as well, Deacon. It's a very dumbed down version of a really good Michael Crichton novel. So, again, like Jurassic Park, the novel is a world away from the movie. If the novel was made, then yeah, it would be categorically a horror because some of the shit that happens in those in the novel is far more graphic. I mean, Nedry gets bisected by another Dilophosaurus, and it's like yanking his intestines out of his stomach while he's still alive. Like, you know, again, Crichton stuff, it's awesome, but about 90 to 85% of it never makes it to the screen.
You only get 10%.
Yeah. Guys, in relation to TV shows, sci-fi TV shows, scariest episodes of a sci-fi TV show. I know we kind of we've got an anthropomorphic being with an answer. Go for it, dude.
Okay, so I don't consider it that scary now, but my introduction to Doctor Who was the first episode of the Ninth Doctor with the plastic.
Yes.
Oh,
That
yeah.
gave me nightmares the first time I saw it. I don't think it actually gave me nightmares, but it terrified me. It is a.
You would have been fairly young as well. What age would you have been back then?
I don't know. I was pretty young. I think I was.
2003. It would have been 2003.
I don't think I saw it when I came out. If it was 2003, I would be like 1 or 2 years old. So.
Oh, okay.
But
Ancient. I'm ancient.
We're old. We're old fuckers.
But yeah.
Like, speak for yourself, ponies. But go on. Yeah, no, the mannequins were freaky as fuck. There is something, like, having worked in the department store, there is something fucking inherently terrifying about a mannequin. Like that,
Yeah.
that's why I have one in my hallway as a security system.
Yeah, I think the thing that terrified me about that is I've always had a thing with doppelgangers. So when it starts impersonating humans, that terrified me. That's why Coraline disturbed me so much when I was a kid. The doppelganger things, people who are supposed to be your loved ones that aren't, that freaks me out.
Yeah, it's the concept that there's someone out there that looks like you, and there's actually a great movie. You should check it out called Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. If you get a chance, Andrew, check it out, man. It's fucked up. My one thing I will say is, if you're arachnophobic, don't watch it.
I have a love-hate relationship with spiders, so I'll probably feel a little bit icky while watching it, but it'll be fine.
Scariest episode. Mark's answer is scariest episode of a TV show I ever saw was the Swamp Thing episode of Night Stalker. That's Kolchak the Night Stalker. Was that the 60s or 70s?
That was the 1970s.
Yeah. When everyone talks about the likes of the X-Files and Millennium and stuff, they always I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Kolchak, the Night Stalker. They always kind of cite that as a major influence. Like, I've never seen it. Apparently there was a terrible remake with Stuart Townsend in the early noughties. I have yet to watch it, but again, that's a kind of classic show I need to check out. I never would have classed it as science fiction, but yeah, if there's kind of mutations and stuff in it would fall into the realm of that. Deacon, what about you, dude? Scariest episode of a sci-fi TV show?
The one that affected me the most when I watched it, it freaked me out for a couple of weeks, was the X-Files episode where you've got the human who's also been crossbred with a lamprey.
Is that is that the leech man or the fluke man?
Yeah, the leech man. The leech man, the one who can
I thought there was no alien in that episode. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
No, it wasn't an alien.
It
was a mutation.
It was a mutation from Chernobyl.
That was fucking awesome. I'd be on the same kind of spectrum as you, Deacon. Probably the scariest thing I saw in a sci-fi show was Eugene Toombs in the X-Files. Remember the guy? He could stretch into your vent and kill you and shit. And he hibernated. Was it every 100 years?
He had to hibernate for 30 years, and then he got 4 years to acquire 4 livers, and then go back into hibernating for 30 years.
Yeah, he made his nest out of bile and paper mache. Ethel, what about you? What would be your favorite kind of scary episode of a sci-fi show? Be it Doctor Who or Star Trek or the X-Files?
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Sightings actually, which was kind of weird. But like the reenactments, I don't know if you remember, like they used to have these really dramatic, vivid reenactments, and I remember a specific one where they had like the aliens and they land in the backyard and this whole home invasion thing, and it was shot really dramatically in like shaky camcorder, and that always freaked me out because it's like, I don't know, that's messed up, you know. At least for way back, was supposed to be a
Ethel.
easy show.
Ethel, if you remember, was the episode based around them trying to get into a farmhouse?
Yes.
Yes, I know which one you're on about, and I know which case you're on about, what it's based on as well.
And they were like trying to look at the videotape because it was shot on a camcorder. This is a VHS tape, so they're trying to clean up the tape, and they're like, "Oh, we've peeled this back from the tape, and we could see this." And it's like, "Oh, come on, this is supposed to be cheesy."
Yeah, unfortunately,
What
you can't
show
really
is
tell
it?
what it is.
This is Sightings.
Was it kind of
I'll have
like
to check it out.
Unexplained Mysteries? Was it kind of what would the term be, like a crime kind of show? Well, it kind of like Crime Watch.
Like Rescue
paranormal
with science fiction stuff.
Yeah, like paranormal mysteries.
So like Lost Tapes.
Hey Jennifer, how you doing? Trenchy, your favorite kind of sci-fi or horror in a sci-fi series?
Okay, like I have to take it back to Doctor Who because that's the one I remember most vividly, and I know I discussed a bunch of them before, but Ampro reminded me of one of my favorites, which is Where Is My Mommy with the gas mask children.
Yes.
And the crazy thing about that is it's so creepy. It's so creepy, but the threat is not real. It's just a confused alien.
Yeah,
Which
and there's a very upbeat ending as well. The people that were supposed to die don't die, and like fucking Captain Jack gets the bomb. But yeah, no, up until that point, you don't know why the fuck everyone is like throwing a gas mask in their face, and it's just fucking crazy. Like
yeah.
And
Are you my mommy?
Used to his face because they tried to fix it. That's some serious body horror. Just thinking about that is.
Are you my mummy, Anthro?
I love
Are you my mummy?
Yeah. But also Blink. Blink is a regular October watch for me and my family.
yeah, the Weeping Angels.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a street artist's
I brought a
painting
Blink.
of a weeping angel that sits above my bed. So, yeah,
Awesome.
hasn't killed me yet.
Like if you replace the Doctor on the TV, that could and like put another character there instead. That could be like its own thing if you think about it, because the Doctor's not really in that episode besides being on the TV.
Yeah,
They're
but I
watching.
love that element
Yeah,
too
he doesn't-
of the tape.
It's kind of a standalone episode, and as you were saying, Trenchy, like what's the name of the actress? She's really famous now. She started off in that, and she was in a movie with Ryan Gosling. Fuck it, doesn't matter. Michelle Williams, that's it. Michelle Williams was
I have no idea.
was in that movie. But
There's a few people from
moving
Doctor
know
on.
that was
Who.
her.
There's a few people now from Doctor Who that are made really big careers.
Oh yeah, like
The one who played,
and
it's the one who played Amelia Paunders plays Nova in.
Guardian.
Guardian,
Yeah,
Yeah, Karen Gillan.
yeah.
Moving on, guys. So are any of you guys Star Trek fans? And which would be your favorite Star Trek? I'm going to start with Ethel. One?
I like the original series best.
Have you a particular favorite episode and a particular favorite character?
That's difficult. That's difficult to say because, like, I'll have to come back to me on that because I'm
Okay,
thinking of.
I'll start with Deacon, and I'll roll around. Deacon, we were talking earlier on. DS9 would be your favorite Star Trek show. What would be your favorite episode, and who would be your favorite character?
Oh, we were talking about favorite character that might be in DS9. In DS9, my favorite character is Quark.
Quark is brilliant.
Yeah,
Have you
he
favorite
is
episode?
fantastic.
Quark-centric episode?
Oh, my favorite Quark eccentric episode is when he has to try and persuade the government that his mother has not made any money.
I remember another good one where they had to rescue her from the Cardassians, was it? Or
Yeah.
Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop was what was that fucking race that Jeffrey Combs kept on coming back as? They were part of the founders, or oh fuck it, I'm after forgetting.
Oh,
They're part of the
founders
Dominion.
also.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yes?
the
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I thought you might have said Nog, because Nog was through the biggest character arc in the show.
oh, I like Nog, but his last few episodes really drew the fun out of the character.
Yeah, he lost his leg, I think, in a really good episode, but yeah, it
Yeah.
did bum me out. Antro,
I know.
are you a Star Trek fan, or have you? If not, it's okay, dude.
Right. I would call myself a casual appreciator of Star Trek. I haven't watched that many episodes, but I've seen some that I enjoyed, and I'm an avid viewer of Svengoolie. I watch whatever he does, whatever movies he shows, and he showed the unaired pilot for Star Trek one time. It was
yeah, with Pike. What was that called? Web or Ethel? What was the original?
It became the Menagerie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that one's really weird because Spock smiles.
Yeah.
Well, it was before they really had the rules down for his character.
Yeah, but watching later episodes and then going back to that, it's weird to see him smile.
Apparently, there was trouble with Catholic viewers because the old black and white sets between Spock's eyebrows and ears, he looked like Satan. Apparently, in the pilot. Trenchy, are you a Trek fan, dude?
I like Trek enough, I gotta watch more of the episodes. I think I would lean more towards the original Star Trek because I used to watch that as a kid, and I think the episode I don't remember too many of the episodes, but the episode I do remember, I forget the name, but it was really unique. There was like this Roman Empire vibe to it, look to it. And they were trying to do something like they were arguing about, like, I think feeling emotions or something. And Spock broke down. Spock actually started crying uncontrollably, I believe.
I think I know that episode. Deacon, who's the ugly brother of Ron Howard that appears in a load of horror movies? Clint?
I think so. It's either Clint or Cliff.
Yeah, Clint Howard. He's a little kid in that in that episode, and like there's a famous scene of him just fucking cracking up laughing, and like he's on top of Kirk's back using him as a horse. It's a weird fucking episode.
Like, I just remember it because like Spock like broke down, man. He was like freaking out and like crying and shit. And you never see Spock do that, so it was like memorable.
The episode.
Sorry, Ethel?
The episode you're thinking of is Plato's Stepchildren.
Thank you, Ethel. Because I can't remember fucking classic TNG episodes. Trenchy, have you a favorite character?
I know this is generic. I like Spock, but I also like Q, which I think he wasn't in the original, right? He was in
No, he was in TNG.
Generation.
He's John
I love
DeLacy is a
both.
brilliant fucking actor, though.
He started out in soap
Yeah.
operas.
I love both.
He was
Um,
also in this made-for-TV movie, SST Death Flight, which didn't really take off, which is kind of funny because it's about airports. But I died.
But can you imagine a Star Trek centric episode or mini movie where it's Q and Quark? The universe wouldn't stand a chance.
they did kind of have a crossover in where, what was it? Q and Vash turned up on DS9, and I think fucking the station was going to blow up or some shit like that because of some archaeological fucking relic that was on the station that Quark was trying to auction off. Ethel,
Yeah.
have you decided what your favorite episode and who your favorite character is?
I'm gonna just have to name a few because I can't narrow it down. But I really liked Changeling, that episode with Nomad in it. I also big fan of the episode called Devil in the Dark. That's the one where they were in the caves and there was the rock-eating alien that was killing all the miners.
Yeah. I like
And,
that episode.
So also like that one with Lincoln, and I also like that other one, Arena with the Gorn, which I mean everybody chooses that one.
Yeah. Favorite character?
Big fan of Kirk.
The thing is, myself and my friend realized something. Isn't it interesting how pop culture can mold a person's memory of something? Because, like, myself and my friend, we had always like joked about like fucking Kirk being this pussy hound. But if you go back and watch the episodes, he's not that much of a Lothario. He's actually a fairly decent fucking captain. Like, don't get me wrong. He does dip his wick in some alien fucking ink, but like, it's not to the extent I think that kind of like movies parody him and kind of our memories kind of betray him as.
I think it gets more pronounced in season 3 towards the end when they realised this is going to be our last one. Let's go out with Captain Kirk being the full swinger.
I do like the fact that, again, he does take credit for it. He was the guy who pushed the first interracial kiss on television, and the network didn't want to do it, and he kept on like fucking kissing Nichelle Nichols, and they're like, Jesus Christ, William, we have one more shot, and he's like, okay, and he kissed her, and basically it got televised. But they couldn't air that episode, I think, in some of the southern states. But whether, like, he claims he did it for, like, social progress, but he just wanted to fucking snog Nichelle Nichols. That was the real fucking reason. But, yeah, my favorite episode of Star Trek would be one called Drumhead. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's kind of a witch trial on board the Enterprise. Basically, this chick called Sati comes aboard, and she's accusing everyone of being a fucking traitor. And my favorite Star Trek character has to be, and yes, this is very biased, Miles O'Brien, because by Christ, the amount of shit that lad went, only an Irishman would be put through that much fucking abuse. I mean, in DS9, it became a trope of how can we fuck with O'Brien? I mean, his daughter was taken. She was aged up. The original version of O'Brien may actually be dead. He served a sentence, which was 24 hours to everyone else, and fucking, what was it, 30 years for him? He was going to blow his head off with a phaser, and Bashir had to fucking stop it. But yeah, the thing I love, and you'll get a laugh out of this, Deacon. So basically, the episode where what's Keiko's daughter? What was their daughter called again? Fuck it.
Molly.
Their daughter goes missing, and he's trying to build a machine, and he's getting frustrated. And he asked producers, like, I'm frustrated. Can I use the word bollocks? And the American producers were like, yeah, sure, we don't know what it means, but work away. So he's getting pissed at the machine. He's like, bollocks anyway. And that was grand. That was aired all over the United States. The minute it was aired in the UK, that episode was censored.
So that's like a big swear over there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's turning around and calling someone a useless pair of male genitalia.
It
Yes,
is.
it doesn't mean anything here.
It's dangly, hairy bollocks. But other sci-fi shows you guys like?
Babylon 5.
It's a pile of shite. I'm joking.
Up yours.
I'm based.
Up yours. I will fight on this one.
No, I'm joking. No, I watched it. Straczynski done a fantastic job of the show. I'm just you know that bit in Spaced where he's like, can't you just get fired? Okay. Hey,
Yeah.
boy, Babylon 5's a pile of shite. Get the fuck out.
I really like Irwin Allen's Lost in Space, the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
That's
original's a lot
fun.
better than the remake. The remake's a pile of drac.
Really?
I haven't seen the remake. I saw the movie. The movie was like, I mean, it was fun, but it
Joey
wasn't.
Tribbiani in space.
Yeah. I've seen the first episode of the newer Lost in Space. I thought it was really well done, but really bleak and not what I was in the mood for when I clicked on it.
It's really well done. It's bleak, yes. I will say it's a really well done series, but they end up with the second season. The reason it turned into pile of drac is because they end up forgetting everything that happened in season 1. They try and reboot and tell the same story over and over again, just with different planets and different people.
I was going to tune in because there was these kind of alien dinosaurs that turned up in the second series that, like, I was like, oh, I gotta check this shit out. But
and then they don't appear again, and they don't appear in the second season either. So it's kind of like, this isn't Doctor Who, this isn't Star Trek. They're stuck on a planet. Keep it slightly consistent.
They should have made it like the original, where it was campy and fun.
Yeah, and where they were stuck geographically to one planet, where they could move around on that one, but not break orbit.
Well, they break orbit eventually, and they land on another planet after traveling in space for a few episodes. But the other planet's exactly like the first planet, so it's like, why do you even bother? But it was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a fun show.
The original series was a fun show. The new series is definitely more bleak, and they just don't know how to have fun with it.
Edgy.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be ultra edgy and hard and, like, serious and realistic.
Right. And that's if I can go off on a little bit of a tangent, I think things can be dark and edgy without trying to ground themselves in reality too much. I think case in point would be the 80s, the Tim Burton Batman movies. They are really dark and very bleak and very angsty, but they are not grounded in reality in the way that the Dark Knight movies are. They're very, very comic bookish still and larger than life, and I think that works to its benefit.
Fuck you, Deacon. I wish I had a straw as well.
Well, hollow out a pen.
Oh, okay.
That's all I did. Hollowed out a plastic pen.
If you got a Twizzler, you can bite the ends off it, and that'll work.
You use that.
If you don't have a Twizzler, black or yellow licorice tubes will do the same thing.
John Steele brought it up the last time, but I'm watching. I'm nearly finished it. A really cool series called Terra Nova.
Oh yes, I've watched that.
I'm so annoyed they didn't continue it because it wasn't great to begin with, but as the season went on, it was pretty awesome. And again, anything with dinosaurs, you could.
It was actiony but cheesy enough to make it fun.
Yeah. And Stephen Lang is basically playing the same character he played in Avatar, except he's a good guy instead of a bad guy. But
Oh.
nice. Okay, Ethel, rate that.
Yes, rate
Rate
for
that.
Oh, what's my rating scale?
One
Is that
10.
1 to 5 garlicky?
Yeah, no,
One
that was-
is one is little baby burp. 10 is sounds like a camel is having an orgasm.
I think that was a solid 6.
Okay.
That was a big one.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I
Awesome.
put it at 6 or 7. Trenchy, have you any
My
favorite?
neighbors might heard that one.
Yeah, I do apologise, Ethel. If I could control it, I really would. I really would control it if I could.
Dude, you need to get a card like Arthur Fleck in the Joker. Just like
I know,
carry
but I won't go into too much detail, Ethel. But it's better to have the gas than liquid.
How much does it suck that he never got that card back on the bus?
I know
Yeah.
he should have gotten that back, especially
Yeah.
since it looked like his only one. It looked like his only one. The cheeky bitch.
Was it laminated?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And it says return this card on the back.
Motherfuck.
no one did it.
Wait, she never gave him back his card?
Right.
No,
if
she
you
never
watch
gave
the
him back
movie.
his card.
So now, whenever he bursts
What?
into
I didn't
laughter at a strange
realize that.
situation, he's got no excuse. People just kick the shit out of him. No wonder he's having a bad day.
I don't know. He's amazing in that movie. He somehow
Oh.
manages to shoot off 11 rounds from a 6-chamber gun. I don't know how he does that. It's amazing.
He took a note from the more technical Batman. He turned around and said, "Do you want to see a magic trick?"
Did you like the Joker, Ethel?
Oh, I loved it. It's a great film. I was actually thinking about rewatching it for a 4th time the other night, but I didn't have time. So, I don't know.
Have you guys watched the Batman trailer?
Not yet.
Oh, the new,
Yeah,
No.
the new one is out.
it looks
I watched
good.
the Suicide Squad trailer though.
I think they are trying to do maybe Batman meets Seven because
How?
the Riddler is they're making the Riddler very John Doe. Like he's basically he's like when they find the bodies, they're positioned in such a way that a riddle is kind of like inscribed or left on the body. It's pretty cool. So I think they're going. I think also the Court of Owls are going to appear in the movie because they're hinting at that.
Because there's Penguin too.
Yeah, Colin Farrell
And
is actually
Cat
playing,
and Cat.
but I don't think he's going to have a major role. I think it's going to be maybe him as a character in the background.
I just hope they don't come across a puzzle where it's a dead body and the riddle is, riddle me this, riddle me that. Where is the black cat?
Oh shit. I get
Inside
what- yeah.
my belly.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it was tough. Mark watched the Batman, Wonder Woman, 84, Suicide Squad, and Justice League trailers. Did you guys watch
I
it?
watched a few.
I was
Wonder Woman one.
yeah, that was cool. We finally got the. I'm a bit worried about
Yeah.
Minerva in her full cheetah form. It looks very CG heavy.
It looks too
Yeah.
much like cats.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Did you
No,
see?
no.
I like the way it looked. I like the way
Sorry,
it looked in the dark, but if oh my bad.
No,
No,
you're alright. Hopefully
yeah,
they'll still up.
But it just looks like they took one of the felines from the live action movie Cats and just made her more feline, but still kept her human face.
I
should
like.
talk-
Oh,
For a sci-fi category.
Yeah. I like.
It's terrifying.
That was freaky. Yeah. That cats would probably fall into that realm of sci-fi horror. Andrew, the trailer, the Batman trailer had Something in the Way by Nirvana. which made me remember the Bardcore, which I sent you. Did you listen to the Bardcore yet?
I haven't listened to the Bardcore yet. I'm gonna do that tonight. I promise.
You got it, dude. You're gonna love it.
I'm sure.
Hey, Ethel, have you heard? You've heard "Smells Like Teen Spirit" in 3rd century Latin, right?
I have. That was a hoot. I listened to that. I was like, oh wow. This is
What?
Okay, so Trenchy, there's this thing called Bardcore, right? Where bards used to play music on mandolins in like ancient Rome and medieval times, and there's like classic kind of hits by Nirvana and Linkin Park and who else? There's a fantastic version of Jolene done in it with a German soprano. A soprano is a female opera singer, right? Yeah, and she sings Jolene.
Yeah.
And sorry, Andrew.
Okay, I'm just gonna say that it's become this really weird thing for goth bands to cover Jolene, and I don't know why. It's kind of a meme now. So someone did a dark existential Lovecraftian version of Jolene, and I don't find it now, but it's amazing.
Jolene.
Well, the thing is, it could fall into the category of goth music. The story about a person losing their love to a rival who doesn't even want the person for romantic needs. It's just because they can. You know?
Right.
I can just imagine some lyric changes though.
You know what I'd
Up to
like
you.
to hear?
What?
A dark existential gothic cover of Island Girl by Elton John. That's
Ooh,
I think.
yeah.
I think that would hit that sweet spot demographic right there.
Sisters of Mercy, who are one of my favorite goth bands, did a cover of Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones, and they just switch up the lyrics ever so slightly. So it's rather than like saying love is just a kiss away, it's love is just a shot away, and they put the rape and murder line with a kiss away, and it's really weird. But they just shift it slightly so it's a little bit darker, but they keep everything else basically the same.
Right.
No, but that's something I appreciate. In life, the thing that I like most when it comes to artistic endeavors is taking something and then turning it to or flipping it to its exact opposite and having them contrasting each other. See how they merge, how they work.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I'm a weirdo.
Hello.
No, I agree
missus
with
in the
you.
chat. And she says Sisters of Mercy are awesome.
Yes,
How are
they
you
are.
doing?
So Niant O'Connor gets a seal of approval.
It's Neve. Steve.
You have a ticket, which means we don't have to bop you and kick you off the train. Kick you off the boat, because you don't get to stay on this stream without a ticket.
She doesn't need a ticket. She's with one of the passengers. She's with me. Huh.
No,
VIP privilege. Okay.
Yeah. Go on, Ethel. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying no ticky, no washi, right?
What's that from?
I don't know. It's been around forever, though, hasn't it?
The one I
I give
like.
it for as long as I can. That's like a saying.
Yeah, the one I like is just pointing the thumb that way and just going, no ticket.
Oh
think,
yeah, from Jay and Silent Bob. Where
Yeah.
they kick
You know what it is?
Sorry?
You know what it is? I think it's from laundromats. Is what it is I think it's from laundromats. No ticky, no
You
washi.
might be right.
It's from laundromats.
Do you want to know an absolute tragic fucking story, guys? I love my leather jackets. I got a beautiful oxblood brown leather jacket, and it was stolen from a cloakroom.
Oh no.
This thing must be €250, and it was stolen from a cloakroom.
That's
And
bullshit.
I was like, "Where's my jacket?" And they're like, "Oh, someone picked it up." And they're like, "Oh, well, they had your ticket." I have my fucking ticket right here. How the fuck? Oh, I guess they looked at it wrong. Someone looked at the ticket wrong. I'm like, that's a €250 jacket.
See, you got to
Uh,
think about the guy that went up to that window. He's kind of like, "Here's my ticket." They give him his coat, and they go, "This is weird. They're upgrading my clothing line."
Yeah,
I know.
that's an asshole move right there. There was
Like
no
those-
cameras or shit, so you could find the dude.
It's like the
No,
people that steal umbrellas in the umbrella holster when you go into a store.
Or
this
the complete and utter dickhead who stole my walking stick while I was in the shop.
Oh,
what?
What?
Walking.
Who the fuck stole the walking stick?
Yeah.
I would have thought Anthro had the pimp cane.
He's got the cane because he's got a nice little swagger of his own that he can sort out. Me, I got a swagger that I can't sort out, so I need the cane.
Ethel, did I tell you my nickname for Antro yet?
I think you mentioned it last stream, but it slipped my mind.
He's Lestat and a hat. What do you think? This is a
That's
very
right,
apt
Lestat.
image.
yeah. And I
for me,
wrote my stream name when I did my stream the other night. I love it because it sounds like what would happen if Anne Rice and Dr. Seuss wrote a book.
Who's done a book?
whereas I like to call him Anthro Juice because he pulls off that striped jacket so well.
Thank you.
Question for you guys, going back into sci-fi. Favorite portrayal of a post-apocalyptic kind of world in movies or TV shows, or even video games.
How post-apocalyptic?
Um,
Are we talking right after an apocalypse? Way after?
Dystopian.
Andy, even if you wanted to fucking include Treads, Deacon, like, whatever you think.
Ah, okay. So 5,000 years into the future is our max. Cool. In
Yeah.
that case, I'll have a think.
Okay, I have one.
Go for it, Trenchy.
I love pretty much every one of the Mad Max worlds where I think they all bring a uniqueness to them. My favorite might be I really love what they did with Thunderdome and Fury Road, of course, because Fury Road's just what the fuck is going on, man? This is some crazy ass shit.
You know something, Trenchy? I thought Fury Road sucked. I would have nothing to do with Fury. I think it was the worst Mad Max. I'm obviously taking the piss because I'm wearing the muzzle. But no.
Fair enough. Road Warriors is definitely the best.
No, fuck
it doesn't
that.
have to
No. Fucking Fury Road is the best. I met the guy who wrote Fury Road, Brenda McCarthy. He was a comic book artist he lives in Ennis, and he was a comic book artist for 2008. He originally wanted Mel Gibson, and by the time they finally got stuff together, what? Sorry, Trenchy?
I said, oh shit! Like when you brought up, I think that would have been amazing. Like I love Fury Road, but if you got Mel Gibson in there, that might be my favorite Mad Max movie if Mel Gibson was there.
So here's what happened, right? Like the other Mad Max movies, they were going to shoot in Australia, but they had unseasonal rainfall, and the area they were going to shoot was covered in desert tropical flowers. I mean, for 100 miles, it was just like it was like the biggest rose garden on the planet. So then they went to Mobenia or some part of South Africa to shoot. But by the time everything was got together, the shit with Gibson and his girlfriend had raised its head, and Warner Brothers weren't confident enough to get behind him. So it took a hiatus for a while. They were going to do an animated movie, and then Tom Hardy came into the picture, and they hired him. They a character, Furiosa, was brought in later. She was actually going to be a separate character in another Brendan McCarthy post-apocalyptic story, but she was meshed into the story. And the movie's great, and it's amazing it's great because the two couldn't stand each other. They couldn't be on the set together for more than fucking 10 minutes. Their egos were so fucking huge. We are getting a Furiosa prequel with Anna Taylor-Joy from The Witch as Furiosa before she loses her arm. So that should be interesting. Mad Max Fury Road, amazing it got made, and I heard so many stories about the making of that movie from Brendan. It was pretty kick-ass. Sorry, went on a bit of a tangent.
No, it's,
Ethel, what about you? Favorite post-apocalyptic movie or TV show?
and you included video games, right?
Yeah, video games included. Yeah.
Because I'd like to. I'm really enamored with the world of Fallout, specifically New Vegas. That's like a personal post-apocalyptic fantasy of mine. I like that world. I like it. It's pretty cool.
Everyone loves New Vegas. They say it's better than 3 and better than the subsequent ones. Why is New Vegas such a draw than the other ones? Why do you think?
It's good. You've got all the glitz and glamour of Vegas, and it's sort of a brighter game. Like DC had like this sort of fog look to the whole game, and of course it's in Washington, so naturally, I mean, the place is built on a swamp. I mean, what do you expect? But you know, and it's just you have the charm of the desert. So I think that had a lot to selling it.
There is a really cool horror-themed expansion to that called The Pit, which is set in Pittsburgh, and the whole place is infested with zombies. Because it's Pittsburgh, home of fucking George A. Romero. I love that. And one of the weapons is a flaming angle grinder. It's an angle grinder that combusts. The blade spontaneously combusts into fire if it spins too quickly. I love New Vegas. There was another game very like it from, I'm after forgetting it. Rage. Have you played Rage?
I have not played Rage, but I was thinking you were going to mention. I can almost remember. It was another game with power armor. The name escapes me. Every time I try to bring this game up, I can't think of the damn name. It's sitting upstairs somewhere.
These guys run around. You can be in the mech suit or jump out of the mech suit. Is it? I think I know the one you're talking about. I'm trying. The title escaped me. Sorry, Deacon?
Titanfall, right? That's the one where you... Titanfall, that's the one where you can jump in and out.
Yeah, that's it. It's a Titanfall, Ethel, you're thinking of.
No, this was on the PS2.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't help, does it?
No, sorry. Video games, Deacon. Favorite post-apocalyptic video game?
What favorite post-apocalyptic video game?
Yeah.
That one I'm gonna have to think about because I have an answer for the other 3 options.
Okay. Go back to. We'll go back to the other question. Favorite post-apocalyptic movie and setting and like.
Okay. Favorite movie? It'll be controversial. The Postman.
Okay.
I like that movie. I know it's long. I know it's a bit slow, but I like it.
Waterworld with a donkey, I call
it. Animation movie. It's Wizards.
Oh, yes. Ralph Bakshi.
Yes.
Ralph Bakshi, right? That's pretty awesome.
If you've not watched it, watch it.
Okay.
And TV series is Jericho.
Jericho was pretty cool. Have you seen Jeremiah actually with Luke Perry?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. Trenchy, your favorite post-apocalyptic TV show?
TV show. I brought up. I really love Revolution, but there was another one. It was like kind of. I forget what it's called though, but I might just stick with Revolution because I really love the take on that, and
Okay.
I really like how things have really went back to the 1800s or not 1800s, like Civil War times and shit. I thought it was cool.
Have you
And the
actually
sword playing that's pretty cool.
have you watched Into the Badlands actually?
No, I keep hearing about it, but
It's fucking awesome. If you get a chance, check it out. I think Donnie Yen, isn't it? No, the guy's younger than Donnie Yen. Jesus Christ, sorry. Antro, favorite post-apocalyptic movie if you had to pick?
I don't know if you'd call it post-apocalyptic or dystopian, but I'm a really big fan of Repo the Genetic Opera. I love Repo.
Yeah, no, that can
yeah,
fall in.
Well, I would say post-apocalyptic because it's when a virus has ravaged most of humanity and everybody else is just going for the good, clear organs, tissue, transplants, doing
Fair
what they can to survive.
Okay, so I'm going to be a bit kind of weird as well and pick an alternate one. Have any of you guys seen a anime called Violence Jack?
no.
Nope.
No,
It's
Sounds
actually
cool.
doesn't ring a bell.
to an anime and manga called Devilman, and it turns out Devilman gets reincarnated as a giant, and everyone is trapped underground, and like Jack has to take on mutants and rape and help people escape to the fucking surface. It's a crazy fucking movie. He like fucking this guy mutates because he gets head off this fucking dead girl. It's the weirdest fucking thing. And I just love how over the top 90s anime is, because there's this bit where like okay, the Slum King, that's one of the characters. He's called, oh, I'm gonna send you to hell, Jack. And Jack's like, I'm not ready to go home yet. And you're like, this is fucking ridiculous and wonderful. It's pure 90s kind. It's up there with the likes of Wicked City and fucking Uzumaki Legend of the Overfiend. It's just so fucking over the top.
Right.
Thanks, Mark.
What Attack on Titan count as dystopian?
Badlands. Sorry, guys.
Oh no, I was gonna ask if would Attack on Titans count as like dystopian or apocalyptic?
Yeah, because actually it does, but I can't give away too much in case there's people who haven't seen Attack on Titan. The big reveal in the
Oh, I haven't seen that either. I'm not caught up.
Okay. No, all I'm gonna say is your theory is onto the right track.
Right. Well, it's got that vibe, man. You got a big wall and giant monsters eating people and shit.
That's another great fucking post-apocalyptic anime. Fist of the North Star. I just liked when he punched people and their heads would explode. But okay, right. Another silly question, right, guys? Regardless of realism or survival skills, or what universe, post-apocalyptic universe, would you like to live in? What post-apocalyptic universe do you think you'd have the most fun in?
I'm gonna stick with Fallout.
Cool beans.
I'm sticking with Repo as well. Repo would be a lot of fun, especially if I get to sing.
Cool. Deacon, what about you, dude? Or do you want to think that much?
If I had to make a choice, then I would choose wizards, the ability to be able to use technology and magic.
Nice.
Trenchy?
I'm gonna go with an odd one. I'm gonna say Waterworld just because I want to see how long I would last.
Okay.
No, that's fair enough.
I think that'd be funny.
Trenchy, it's not because you want to drink your own piss, is it?
I plead the fifth on that.
Answer quickly! Answer!
It's because Trenchy secretly wants gills.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not going in on that subject. I talked about that subject before. I will not be
God.
discussing it again.
I'm joking, dude.
The goals are the
For the
key.
record, Trenchy does not like urine. I was taking the piss, okay?
Nah, it's
I
okay.
don't even
Maybe it was
I
Trenchy.
don't even want to know, so we'll leave that subject there.
And even,
Yeah.
even if he does, it's okay. This is a safe space. We're not going to kink shame you.
Yeah.
Just don't
Water
spill
sport,
any of
sports. Yeah, water sports is a thing, just not my thing.
Yeah.
But if it is yours, please go ahead. No kink shame.
Okay, actually,
No, it's
guys,
not that.
Preserve.
I have a story, but we're not going to get into that.
no. Right, another silly kind of question, and it's open to people in chat. What country do you think is the most perverted and fucking like sexually crazy in the world? Would you say Germany or Japan or where would you guys think?
Germany.
I gotta go with Japan.
Japan.
Most of their characters, most of their like especially mentor characters are perverts, but it's perfectly fine because they're likable. It's really weird.
Well, that's a play. That's a play on the celibate monk thing, which is a whole meme in Japan. Like that's why all the mentor characters are always so horny, is because monks have a vow of celibacy. So the whole idea is they're these celibate wise men, versed in martial arts and whatnot. So of course they're going to be all like, because they don't do anything.
Yeah.
I think any country that has an app you can download onto your phone that lets other people with the same app know that you're either open to be groped or that you're open for groping.
Like
Feel
again,
here.
No, it's a real thing. Welcome to the wide world of Japan sexuality.
Antro, what country would you say is the dirtiest?
I wouldn't know because I don't look into these things. I have no idea. I would. From what I've seen.
Okay, from hearsay and stuff on the internet you've heard, what one would you say?
Just from hearsay, probably Japan.
Yeah.
Anthro is bleaching and scrubbing his hard drive as we speak.
He's one of those people.
You just see
He's one
him
of those
burning.
people. Anthro's one of those people that has the last dying words of "Make sure you destroy my hard drive."
No, seriously though. Antro's a gentleman. He doesn't debase himself with such fucking crude fucking ideals and concepts.
Yeah, but I let you onto my streams, and you go as far as you want. It's fine.
Well, don't worry, Anthro. You will learn via osmosis.
No. In fairness, guys, Antro is the last bastion of civilization in what is known as the Internet Wild West. He's like the guy who turns up in Deadwood or in fucking in Dodge City in a tweed suit. And he's trying to avoid stepping in horse shit and like not wanting to get the clap off the fucking horse. He's the last bastion of civilization. He's trying to bring civilization to the Wild West. That's what Antro is.
That's not inaccurate.
So what you're saying is he's the innocent little lamb that is trying to make the big bad wolves a bit less and a bit more.
Well, no, not necessarily. While he is kind of prim and proper, he's also touting snake oil to catch out the unwilling citizens because he's that bit more smarter.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. I'm not as innocent as people sort of make me out to be. I just don't tend. I look into some disturbing stuff, just not as much the perverted stuff. I don't. That's not really a rabbit hole I've explored.
Well,
basically,
we can trade the dark stuff if you want.
Come here. I have the best analogy first, Deacon. Deacon, you are the Antarctic, and Antro is the Sahara Desert. Two absolute fucking different environments altogether. But still barren wastelands. You're both barren wastelands. You're just different types of barren wastelands. That makes me sound like you're stupid. No, but you're barren wastelands.
Jesus.
It's all right, Jabba the Hutt. We'll let it skip.
It's okay. No, but I'm serious. I'm taking this off. I gotta take it off.
It's basically the best way to put it is me and Anthro have quite a lot in common. It's just that when it comes to personality research and how far we're willing to go into things, we are polar opposites. He likes to skim. I like to go in depth.
I mean, I like to go in depth with some things, but different things.
Whereas for me, nothing's off the table as long as it's not illegal to research it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If it's illegal, then I ain't touching it with a 10-foot pole.
Do you remember? Does anyone remember Rotten.com?
Oh, something rotten, yeah.
I thought it was called Rotten.com. Or did it change the name? Or
I just me and my group, we always called it something rotten because every time we went on there, we just said, "Look at that something! It's rotten."
Ethel, do you remember that?
I don't remember that one. I remember steakandcheese.com being a big thing back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember that. Maybe that's a bit too far.
Was that fucked up?
Steak and cheese.
Was it fucked up? Was it like, fucking, oh fuck.
You can find funny stuff. It was sort of like what YouTube is, but not like, it's like if you took YouTube and Pornhub and you mixed them together.
Oh no.
Pulled them up. That's sort of what Steak and Cheese was, only it was really short videos and GIFs and Flash videos.
Fuck.
So either PornTube or YouPorn.
It was like a cross between those two sites. It was really weird. It was the big thing though. We all used to go into like computer lab when we were supposed to be studying or whatever, and we'd be like, "Oh, look at that! Ha 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 ha! That's raunchy." Oh,
you'd have to change it. You'd have to have two browsers opened.
Make sure you do
that your computer wasn't jack shit slow and it'd fucking pop up at the time. I don't know if it was rotten.com or something rotten, but I remember there was this fucked up kind of historical thing where like you could see the aftermath of the JFK shooting, or there was one that still sticks with me today. There was a Soviet cosmonaut who he basically his fucking rocket burnt up. The covering on the rocket wasn't right, and he's basically his body crashed to the ground, and it was fucked up. It was like fried bacon. It was just his bones and everything had fused to his skin, and just.
It's not the one with the explosive decompression.
No. I wouldn't fucking watch that.
Because I saw that one. That one was on the Steak and Cheese. That was the thing about that site is you'd watch, and like 1 minute you'd be watching those G.I. Joe PSA things that I'm sure you guys know those.
Yeah, they'd be fucking with like, body massage.
Yeah, that's where those came from, or at least that's where I saw them the first time. And then the next minute they'd be like, "Oh, Russian cosmonaut decompression." And you'd be like, "What's that?" And you click on it, and it'd be this really short video of like Russian security footage from inside the pod or whatever, and it's just, it's a bloody mess.
Have you seen? Sorry, Deacon. What?
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was just nodding in agreement.
Oh, okay. Deacon, we were talking about this. The severed dogs' heads with the electrodes, and they had the smoke in their eyes. Was that real?
It was a scientific experiment in the 1700s. It was actually skirted around most universities. It was seen as a marvel of the day because a scientist proved that the body runs on an electrical current of some kind. He was able to do it with dogs, cats, cows, bulls, He wanted to do it on people, but that's where the medical community drew the line. And in one experiment, one of the dog's eyes started burning and popped out of its head.
Okay, that's where I kind of draw the line: is real animal and human deaths. Now, I'm not saying like I'll watch something like Cannibal Holocaust,
I won't watch
but
Cannibal Holocaust.
because there was a
Oh,
purpose,
that has real animal deaths. That's the same
Yeah.
reason
there
I
was a
like
purpose
Apocalypse
for it.
Now,
Though.
but I can't watch the fucking
Like,
bull being killed. Um,
They
no, but
actually ate the animal, so I can take that. But the thing, like, fuck with cats, where they were like showing footage of this dude like killing kittens and shit, was like, what?
did they show that? They didn't show that in the documentary, did they?
They showed enough. They showed enough of it for you to get the idea. Like I think they could have toned it down a little bit. They definitely were trying to go for shock factor on that.
Yeah, like Psychopath and
That
One
was
Hammer.
hard for me. That one was hard for me.
Yeah, Psychopath and One Hammer is something I refuse to watch because it used to be a YouTube channel until it got taken down, and it was literally a guy with a hammer killing various animals with it.
Dude,
You
there's
guys,
this channel where
sorry,
they'll
Deacon?
put like animals in danger.
Yeah, and I don't see the point. I don't mind experimentation when it comes to dead things, but when it comes to living beings, when it comes to taking the life of something, there is a line. You just don't do it for fun. You don't do it for pleasure. You don't do it for profit.
Yeah, I get that. I get why
That's just
people
my stance.
unlike. I get why people unlike Cannibal Holocaust for that, which I totally understand. I think it was a little uncalled for, but in the end, I think it does help show the message the film was going for, and all the animals were eaten, so they weren't killed for waste. It's just it shouldn't have been filmed.
It was still sadistic, though.
Oh yes, it was very sadistic. I'm not gonna.
Antro, I'm kind of with you on that. It's weird because the movie is about exploitation filmmaking done via exploitation filmmaking.
It feels hypocritical to me, almost. It feels like a hypocritical movie.
Yeah, it's like, oh my
you-
god, people are the documentary crew wanted to shock people with their like film, but in the process, the guy who's making the film also wants to. It's like I get what he was trying to do, but he really done it in a real shitty kind of way.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah, no.
in that movie where you've got the village on fire and you see the villagers going, right?
They're in there. Yeah.
They didn't tell. Yeah, they didn't tell the villagers they were doing that. So that's real reactions.
Because I'm not gonna say a lot of fucked up shit went into making that movie. No, that movie has a lot of fucked up shit, but I do think it has a value to it. That's all I'm gonna say. I know I may sound like a horrible person,
but it was remade as Green Inferno, which didn't have the problematic making of the movie. I haven't seen either film, so I can't confirm or deny quality.
Green Inferno suffers from a real tongue-in-cheek sense of humor interwoven through the fucking thing. I mean, there's a scene in it where, like, the survivors, the Americans are in a like cage, and one of the characters just starts masturbating out of nowhere. He just fucking whips his dick out and starts like fucking jacking off. And he's like, "Oh, it helps me relieve the tension." It's like, this is fucking stupid. It's just, and like one of the girls gets diarrhea and starts making these comically loud farts. And
it also had pacing problems, didn't it? Because you'd see excitement, something's about to happen, and then it would just lull again.
Yeah, like again, he's trying to make this kind of quote unquote classic '70s exploitation horror movie, but bits of frat comedy slip in where like they poison the stew. they dropped their weed. Some of the stoners in the eco warriors dropped their weed into the fucking stew, and the characters have been chased. And they're like, "Quick, run! They've got the munchies!" And I'm like, "Really? Fucking really?"
I
Come
haven't
on.
seen it, but that sounds like I would probably enjoy it for the fun factor.
I laughed at it, Trenchy, but it was just like, nah, this. I laughed at
Yeah.
it for comedy reasons and for other reasons. Now, do you guys want to watch want to know about a film that is fantastically bad and funny as a result?
Yes,
The
please.
Fanatic.
BRB.
Oh, not
Yes,
Fred
it's
Durst.
fantastic.
Yeah, Fred Durst directs his magnum opus. Oh
Oh
Christ!
God.
Have you seen it, Ethel?
No, I haven't. I have not.
I've seen clips. It's bad. It's really bad.
It's offensive to people
I
with
look
mental
now.
and learning difficulties. You don't know who to root for in the movie because, like, fucking John Travolta's character is just this simple guy who's super obsessed, and David Sana is like, he's being pestered by this guy, but he's been a complete asshole about it, and it's like you don't know who to side with. But in the movie, in the movie, the happy ending is John Travolta gets mutilated, and his character is like on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and everyone ignores him because he dresses as an English bobby. But when he comes out all mutilated after fucking an encounter with this fucking celebrity, people are like, "Oh, look at this guy's makeup," and he's all happy, even though he's lost an eye and he's missing fingers and shit. And it's like, what?
Right.
What is it?
I could see something like that done well, but no.
No, this isn't done well. It's just I don't know how to
Guys,
explain it.
I
It's-
think we need to give Rob Zombie more credit because you see all these other rock stars making movies. There were a couple made some movies and they're like trash, but Rob Zombie's is like usually gold in a way. Not perfect, but they're amazing.
They're watchable.
I actually thought Tree from Hell was the best of the Firefly trilogy.
What?
It's fun. I love it.
Yeah.
I prefer House of Thousand Corpses just for aesthetic reasons. I like sort of
Aesthetically, House of Thousand Corpses is good, but narratively, it's all over the fucking place.
Sure, but I don't care. I enjoy it anyway.
Because House makes me think of a music video mixed with like Rocky and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Devils reminds me of like this gritty western, and then Free from Hell reminds me of like a very good horror comedy. But they all feel like they're the same universe. So I just love those films.
I did like how fucking oh god, Ethel, who was the mom in E.T. and she was also in The Howling? Dee Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dee Wallace gets a fucking bad doing in Tree from Hell. Baby fire Sherry Moon Zombie bites her nose off. I just thought that was the funniest fucking thing. Just Dee Wallace getting her fucking nose bitten off by fucking Sherry Moon Zombie.
Unrecognizable in that film.
Oh yeah, that's
I
the
didn't
point.
recognize her.
Like,
Yeah.
did you really want fucking Elliot's mom fucking bombing around as a fucking prison warden or a prison guard?
Oh.
But yeah, no. It again. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that fucking House of Thousand Corpses is a bad movie. I just find it's kind of all. For me, it's all over the place. For me, it's a nice looking cake with no real taste to it. It's nice to look at, but it doesn't fill me up, if that makes sense.
Kind of like a sampler, you know? It's like one of those little small chocolate samplers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite the whole box, but you know, you get a little something for your efforts.
Yeah. But that's all I really ask for from Rob Zombie. I'm not asking for like a masterpiece from him.
But is that not kind of is that not a problem? Whereas like you don't want the filmmaker to try better. You just
No.
want him to produce what he's used to.
That's not it at all. I love. I prefer Rob Zombie's music. I haven't really delved into his film all that much, but it's not that I don't want him to try better. It's that I don't hold him up to a high standard. If he makes a masterpiece, I'm going to be happy, but I'm not requiring him to be like. I'm not going to be nitpicky about his movies.
I think my favorite of his movies has to be Lords of Salem, probably because it's his most restrained. Sorry, Deacon, go on. Deacon?
You're muted, Deacon.
Sorry, I forgot. I completely forgot. If we're chatting about Rob Zombie and his movies and his music, then the one thing I would say is when it comes to his movies, I watch it for his artistic interpretation of what's going on and not for a Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah, again, I get
watch it
what
for
you
its
and Andrew
aesthetic.
are saying. Aesthetically, he's second to none. But I do think a filmmaker should try and push themselves to kind of do better as well. Like,
I got something.
Sorry, Trenchy. Go on.
I would like to add that yes, House was first of all, House was his first movie besides maybe Super El Beasto. You could see the rawness in that, but if you watch his two other Firefly films, he's really grown, and even in that movie, you feel like the family cares about each other. And as you go on, there's depth behind these characters. There's a reason we love these murderous, rapist, fucking villains because they feel like real people. And when Baby's sitting there and Free from Hell, and she's talking to the little dude about comparing him to Tiny, it's like he's really grown if you think about it. Rob Zombie has improved.
Yeah, no, he has. That's why I think I like Free from Hell. But I think I don't know what it is, but I think that oh bollocks! I think that it's just there's potential for him to do more. There's potential for him to be better. But I think he's pigeonholed himself into his particular way of making films. And again, that's cool. It's what he likes to do. That's his passion, and he has an audience for it. I just think that there is more potential, but he doesn't feel the need to fucking kind of go off that. I hope I'm not fucking stepping on anyone's toes or anything saying that. I genuinely everyone is entitled to their opinion and stuff.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, you're free to think. You're free to think what you like.
Ethel, are you having a cookout?
No, I just wanted to enjoy my backyard while I still had one.
When are you kind of pitching sticks and moving? When have you got a place sorted? California, right?
That's what I was thinking. I had a friend, but I think she's changed her mind. So now I'm not quite so sure. Probably still California. I've been looking a lot at El Paso because the living expenses are cheap, but I don't know what work was like out that way. But I don't know. I'm still sort of figuring it out. I'm here until the eviction man come.
Well, have you? Sorry, were you going to say something, Trenchy?
Oh no, I was just agreed. I wasn't saying anything. My bad.
It was funny last night. I kind of was it Friday? I can't tell what fucking day of the week was. Basically, I had a watch stream, and then Antro had a stream, and I went to bed. I was just settling into bed, and I was watching Antro stream, and next thing I heard Trenchy go, "Fuck it, the cat's too horny. That's its problem." I was like, what the fuck have I missed?
Yeah, I was out of the room at that moment too. So when I came back, Queenie was just cackling, and I was like, "What did I miss? What did I miss?" And I couldn't get a straight answer out of anybody because they couldn't.
From what I patched together, right, Trenchy, your brother was trying to make the cats fight, but they ended up fucking. Was that what happened?
No. Well, earlier someone was trying to make the cats fight. But what happened is the one cat was horny and she was coming on to me, which happened on my stream as well. That I did not too. And I was like, "Go away! You're horny."
What video?
Right, was it latched onto your leg, fucking dry open you?
Yeah, I've had bad experiences with cats. Let's just leave it at that. I feel violated, but we're just gonna leave it there.
Basically, you got exposed to the wrong kind of pussy.
Exactly, man. I get lots of pussy, but they meow, so that's the issue.
Oh, damn.
Basically, if you want to know why me and Queenie were cackling so hard, it's because of the comical timing of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were chatting, I was chatting with Queenie, Ben was in the background, so we were having a joke with him, and then all of a sudden, you've heard Ben shout out, "This is what you get, don't come any closer," and then you hear Trenchy shout out, "Yes, you fucking horny bitch, get away!"
that was a fun stream because myself and yourself, Deacon, brought up the Tuskegee experiment, and we were talking about the facts, and Queenie was like just so shocked and disgusted, and apparently I had a very kind of strange look in my face, and she's like, "Damn, look at fucking Martin, he's really pissed off." I'm like, "No, I'm killing a dinosaur in a video game."
Yeah, you were killing a velociraptor. So many great moments.
That was a fun one.
Also, Deacon, that website that I got fucking, and Trenchy, guys, something interesting. That website, that the YouTube channel that I got fucking Dr. Terror's House of Horrors, there's an absolute slew of free fucking horror movies to watch there. So I think we might make it a regular occurrence if you're interested.
That's what I said. It's kind of like, if you want to make this a regular thing on every Friday, I'm up for it. Because there's tons of movies on there.
Well, the only thing is, in certain regions, the movies may not be watchable. It could be a case that... What?
Oh, I found out why. Because they were open, a lot of companies have claimed the movies, saying, "Right, we've got these movies, but we can only distribute or show them in certain regions."
Okay.
So you've got on YouTube channels that are saying we're only for the UK, those are just for America, and that's so they can collect the ad revenue without trying to divide it between themselves later on.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So that means there will be a film available. We will find different channels, right?
Yeah, you'll be able to find the movie on a different channel which will air it in your country.
Because it's public domain. Andrew, what's up, dude?
I just wanted to say I've got to go eat dinner now, but I will be back after that for the rest of the stream.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go till about 2 o'clock, maybe half 2. I'm not going to stay up too late tonight because I'm fucking wrecked, and I think I'm getting a new Terminator in the morning, so I want to be up early and review that fucker. But no, we should be here for another hour and a bit. So go get some.
See you soon.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Ethel, what were you going to say? You were poised to say something there. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
You were poised to say something there at some stage, but I think you wanted to say something when we were talking about doing the horror stream.
Oh yeah, so these movies on this site, you can stream them on your channel, and you're okay to do that? They're not
No, we don't stream them on our channel. We watch them, and we do audio commentary. And my friend Anthony actually made out a good point as well. VPNs, but I think, Ant, you have to pay for VPNs, and some of them are dodgy. But yeah, no, that as well. If you're willing to risk a VPN, go for it. But no, what we do is we watch them and we just have fucking have the crack and chat about them.
Well, what I was saying
Basically,
is there a way to stream? Because if it's public domain, like I know that Cinemassacre did Night of the Living Dead on their channel, and they were able to stream the movie because that's public domain, if anything, right? So is there a way that if we did a stream, one of these little boxes could be the movie, and then the other boxes could be...
I think so. And I think I know someone I can ask about of Janet Decay and her boyfriend, the Mummy and the Monkey. They have a thing on Facebook where they watch every Friday night public domain, bad public domain horror.
Gesundheit, Deacon.
Okay,
thank
rate
you.
that one, Ethel.
8.5.
Thank
I get
you.
7.5.
That's definitely a 75. No, what I
I'm
want to
getting
say,
better.
if you figure a way to do that, I think that'd be the special sauce right there, you know? So that people watching the stream could watch the movie walk with you.
Basically like Mystery Science Theater.
You can do that on Discord, but only one person will be on camera, the rest will just be voices.
Yeah.
Well, there's gotta be
on Twitch you can do it too, but I don't. Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut people off. I apologize.
No, you didn't cut anyone off. I finished.
Oh,
we were listening to you.
I was gonna say you can do that on Twitch, like because they're connected to Prime. But I don't think you can do a panel. But you could literally watch the movie on Twitch, and you can watch like House of a Thousand Corpses, a bunch of stuff, because they made a deal or some shit. But I don't know how to do that.
No, I'd say stick to public domain movies, and again, the ones on the YouTube page I was looking at, some of them are really, really cool.
I think you could do it on this. I think you could do this on this, but you would have to share the movie on the screen, so all of us will be squished on one side and in a line.
That's not so bad.
Yeah, no, we'll see what we can do. And do you know what? In the effort of fairness, like maybe 1 week we do it on my channel, another week if Trenchy wants to do it on his, or Deacon wants to do it on his, or Ethel, either or. Like in the effort of fairness, like.
You'll have to wait until I can get the cables in my PC repaired and get a web camera, because doing it off my phone is not practical.
Yeah, and I won't have my hours to the 27th.
Has that uploaded yet, Trenchy?
No, it is still in processing hell, and I don't think it's ever going to upload, because it's not even like an area it should be processing. It's in the YouTube studio, and I can still edit it. It still exists, but it's like, it's weird, man.
Here, anyone in the chat who done a 24-hour stream, is it normal that it's taken this? How long is it about a week? It's definitely a week.
It's almost a month, because we're coming on the 27th when I get my hours back, and Is
it a fucking month since you done that stream?
It might be a couple weeks. It's not a month, but we are coming back to. I've almost got my hours back, and it still isn't uploaded, which is fine.
Did we tell you about that? That Trenchy went doing a 24-hour stream.
He was there.
Huh?
Wasn't I on that?
Yeah, you were there.
I'm getting Alzheimer's. For fuck. Sorry. Yeah. Fuck.
I think I left abruptly.
Yeah, because...
Oh, you bastards.
What's wrong, Deacon?
You are going to have to cancel the upload and split the video into 2 parts.
Oh, I don't even know how to do that.
You can, if you send it to me, I can.
But would the video not fucking... The thing is, that was uploading directly to YouTube. He doesn't have... Does he?
Apparently, according to some of the terms and service and complaints on YouTube, it turns out that the max allowed length for uploading a video is 12 hours.
That's fine. If it doesn't get uploaded, we know it happened. So I'm
Yeah,
not really
in order,
making a big deal out of it.
in order for it to be directly uploaded to YouTube, you'd have to record it in a live studio on YouTube's production bloody thingy.
Well, can you get
Oh,
the
I
raw?
don't even know how to do that. So that's fine. What?
Can you
Sorry,
get the
Uncle?
raw? Can you get the raw file from StreamYard? Can you download
Yeah,
that?
that's what I was wondering. Like, is there an actual fucking physical? Well, I don't know what the word. Is there an actual fucking file or thing that can be taken out? Like, I assumed that all the fucking files and data would be automatically stored on fucking YouTube. It wouldn't be.
No, unless it's through YouTube Studio, it's not automatically catalogued. You
Oh,
have to set it
bollocks.
up.
I have no idea, dude.
Can you go to your StreamYard and watch that video over from start to finish?
I don't even know, man. I don't like. I'm
Give
kind
me a
of
sec.
dumb when it.
Give me a
If you
second,
can-
Trent. I have an idea.
If
See
you
if I
can
can
do
find
that,
it.
if you can
Yeah.
do that, you can go to a third-party website and you can download it using their software into an MP4. Then you can convert that into an MPEG, and then you can split it in half and upload it to YouTube.
Oh damn! I don't know.
That's how I would do it.
Like that sounds like a lot of technical stuff. I know how to download clips. I could do that, but I don't know how to transfer and I don't know.
No, you just
I'm
get
not the
you just
smartest.
get a file converter. It's really easy.
Okay. I'll
I
still
could
figure that out.
look into it. If you have questions, I might be able to hook you up.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Thank you.
Haha. Okay.
You found something.
Oh no.
Jesus, that doesn't bode
Let-
well.
It's not a promising reaction.
Oh no.
That's not good either.
This live stream recording is no longer available.
Well, oh the stream.
Yep, I had it bookmarked and saved on my YouTube, and now it's saying I can't watch it.
Oh, yeah, but Trenchy, it's been fucking doing that for the past how long since he did it? Every time I went back and watched it, it said it wasn't there.
14th of
a few weeks.
August.
14th of August. Yeah, it's the 27th now, so it's at least been a week, maybe two.
1 week. It's been 11 days.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of this, if you guys are interested, John Steele is thinking about doing a 24-hour stream next weekend. But he might have to leave. He might have to leave, so he wants some people, that like he might have to go out and do things, so he wants some people that can like chill on the panel for a bit and
Is
keep
actually
it rocking.
Trenchy, is John around now at the moment?
John might be at work,
Okay.
or he might have a day off. I know he doesn't have any hours on any of his channels at the moment, but he'll have them by the weekend.
No, I was just wondering if you wanted to hop on or if you had some way of contact. But like again, you could say.
Oh,
he's
dude.
working.
What's his YouTube?
He has 3 of them. He only does streams. He's John Steele Resleeved, and John D. I could, if you got like if you got like an email or something, I can like send you links or whatever, or a Twitter or something.
Yeah, have you got Twitter? I've got Twitter.
I got Twitter. It's just, oh shit. Give me a second.
Deacon, did I show you my piggy bank?
Sorry?
My name's weird on there.
Huh? I didn't hear you, Jess.
Did I show you my piggy bank?
No, not yet.
What the fuck?
Okay.
That's badass.
Ooh, that is nice.
I dig it.
And you can put the coins in his shoulder box or shoulder
Mhm.
pack. You're a good motherfucker. Hey, I want a predator. I want a predator plush and call him a cuddly motherfucker. Do you want to join? Okay, Mark, come on. So I'll pop it in the chat. We're kind of sorting out. Oh, sorted now. Blah, 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 blah.
But yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Unfortunately, Trenchy, it looks like it has been purged from the net. So the only copy you have is in Streamlabs.
In Streamlabs, I did for StreamYard. I don't have Streamlabs at the moment.
Hello, Mark.
In that case, hopefully you can take it off StreamYard.
Hey, all.
Mark, you look like someone has you at gunpoint. Are you okay, dude?
It's probably from the stitches in my head.
What happened? What happened, you dude?
I tripped over my dog and hit my head on the door
When?
last night.
Fuck,
Damn.
See, there's a joke in there somewhere about a dog. Dog's bark is worse than its bite.
Shit, baby, I would have understood it.
What? Like, you weren't knocked out cold. You were okay. You just fucking cut your head.
Yeah, I just cracked my noggin.
Fuck.
I wasn't knocked out or anything.
No, that's good. The likelihood of you getting a concussion is very limited then.
But you're okay now, though, dude, right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. What was I going to say to you again? Are you watching anything good lately, or watching anything interesting? Or?
What have I been watching? There's nothing really, out that I'm dying to, that's, thrilling me. I watched Peninsula. I watched Sputnik.
Peninsula. People are saying it's set in the same universe, but it's not a sequel to Train to Busan. It's just a story that happens to take place a few years after the events of the actual the first book, but it's not a sequel. It's
not.
a different kind of scenario.
It's a sequel.
Is it good?
It is good. I liked it, but it wasn't a sequel. They mismarketed it.
In like, I'm hearing some people say it's Train to Busan's Alien and Peninsula is Aliens. Where the first one was horror centric, this is definitely more action centric. Would that be a right kind of surmisation of it?
Right. They would be right. The zombies aren't really aren't front and center in this movie like they were in the first.
Apparently, there's supposed to be a weird kind of, not a creature as such, but there's like a gladiator arena where they've stitched a bunch of zombies together. It's supposed to be a
there is, but that's only one scene.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you prefer, Mark? I haven't seen either, but
I prefer Train to Busan.
I know everybody loves that film. For probably good reason.
Not that I didn't like Peninsula, but Train to Busan was such a well-made movie. Peninsula seems like they had too many different storylines going on in one thing.
And I think maybe there was a restriction in budget with Train to Busan, and that made it work that bit harder. And they focused more on tension rather than action, I'd say. because like my favorite scene in Train to Busan is when they suss out that the zombies are like they're essentially blind, so they were able to go through the carriages when the train went under the tunnels. I thought that was a really cool scene.
That
But
was awesome.
from what Peninsula, yeah, Peninsula is more fucking in equivalent to Alien and Aliens. It's more Aliens than Alien. It's more action oriented. Um,
I would agree with that assessment
yeah,
because Train to Busan kept me on the edge of my seat. You know,
but you
even
still have
though
that,
even though
right?
it was set in the train, you still had those moments where you're like, is this person going to get ate or is this person going to get it? Peninsula, it seems is like they're like you said, Martin, it's like they're aliens to alien.
Yeah, it's definitely more action orientated.
Yeah,
Going back to kind of science fiction horror and stuff. Um, zombie movies. Do you think it takes from like the Romero movies? They briefly hint on like it's a satellite returning from Venus. They briefly hint on it. Do you think it lends or takes away giving an explanation to why zombies are zombies like, in movies?
me personally, I never thought you needed an explanation for why zombies were zombies. Look at Serpent in the Rainbow. That was that was Wes Craven's version of a zombie movie, and delved into the whole Haiti version, where people in Haiti can bring people back from the dead. So,
Yeah,
so
it was more of a folklore kind of based thing, but he also kind of explored some. I wonder what the term be realistic elements to like the servitor is actually just giving them a chemical to shut the body down and make it look like they're dead. It's
yeah,
basically drugs or they're basically put in a catatonic state. Um, but
Kind of like White Zombie.
yeah, but in White Zombie, I think in White Zombie was it actually a zombie or was he hypnotized?
I
he was
think he was hypnotized. Yeah.
but go back to Frankenstein. He actually brought
hmm
the dead back to life.
Yeah. That's technically a zombie movie. Yes. There. The thing is, people put. Oh, my bad.
I was gonna say, Frankenstein. He created a person, though. That's like it's. I can see where you get the zombie idea, but it's more like you created a living thing from dead things rather than bringing a dead thing back to life.
Yeah, it's I'm with that.
Mhm.
There is an element of reanimation, but the when it's stitched together, it's a new life form. It's a new being. It has a heart. It has like a brain. It isn't like
Yeah.
it's a functioning creature, a fully functioning creature. It's not like a
Right.
shouted or savage
I'd like
mess.
to. I'd like to circle back to Serpent in the Rainbow real quick. It's a fun fact on that movie that while they filmed in Haiti, one of the producers was actually dosed while he was working, and he locked himself in his hotel room for over 24 hours, and he was just losing his mind. And it came from them poking too far and investigating just a little bit too much for their film with actual voodoo Haitian priests. So it's kind of a fun
Oh,
fact.
shit.
Deacon, you were going to say something there, were you, dude?
Yeah, I was just going to say when it comes to Frankenstein and zombies, there is a nice way to separate the two, even though you're still saying that they're reanimated bodies. One the brain is non-functioning. The higher brain functions are removed. That's the zombie. With Frankenstein, the higher brain functions are put into place. They are kept alive. So they have personality,
Right.
thoughts, feelings. They can educate. So one is brainless and only able to do small tasks, and one is able to do everything a human being can, but better.
Yeah,
And
well,
Frank-
there are two types of zombies. You got your man-eater, cannibalistic zombies that we know and love, and then you got your original zombies from like voodoo culture and hypnotism type slaves.
Yeah,
But yeah, I see what you're saying about Frankenstein. Yeah, he's kind of his own thing. He's kind of his own monster.
Then you have actually a kind of third kind with 28 Days Later, where they're not actually dead. They're just
Mhm.
rabid
They're
human
afflicted.
beings.
yeah. In unfortunately, the most likelihood of a zombie invasion, it's going to be like 28 days later.
Yeah,
Would
rabies.
would you?
Some form of rabies.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you put the crazies in that category?
Technically, yes.
But not
Technically, yes,
more.
because
Yes, but also no.
Yeah.
The
it's
crazy
where
an outbreak of a virus in a small town.
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah, the good way to separate those two viruses is one causes you to be rage induced, thus removing some of your higher brain functions, whereas the other one strips away all your inhibitions and you're able to concentrate on reality.
Right. No,
You
I
know what
got you.
I was just kind of thinking about zombies and science fiction, and I always like to kind of think about Star Trek and the Borg as sort of zombies, because
Oh yeah.
if you think about it, it's exactly like a zombie virus where they transform you through nano probes, and they sort of mutilate the body, and then the person that they take over enters this sort of limited consciousness where you're just performing these instinctual tasks.
The Bulgar, yeah, the
whatever,
Bulgar.
yeah.
I
Guys,
agree.
sorry, go on, Deacon.
I was about to say, I agree. The Borg are a nice merger because to begin with, you've got them being zombies, and then once you've freed them from the collective, you've got the Frankenstein effect.
Yeah.
So there is a clear split between those two stories, but those two monster types, but it connects them very well.
Sorry.
I gotta watch more Star Trek.
Let me bring that back. I am going to show you something that would make you wish for a standard zombie outbreak. Be right back.
Oh, is he going to show us his piles again?
Lovely.
One time, Deacon.
What'd he show you? Now I'm curious.
Yep.
It was before we went live a few streams ago. So do not worry. It's a secret between me and him.
Fuck off. Okay. I don't know if any of you guys. Obviously, I think a couple of you. Have any read this? I don't know if you can see it.
No, I can't. Cross?
Focus. Cross.
Oh, that's better, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, I love this graphic novel, but I would prefer to be burnt to death in a fire than face these quote unquote zombies. Let's see. They're focusing.
Whoa.
Oh, yes. That's...
Ah.
What the fuck? Are they decapitating a person or mutilating the... Oh! Okay, I can see it better now.
Oh, it gets worse.
Damn.
Can you see what's happening on this side of the page?
Oh no.
Yeah, they're like the.
Wait, what are they doing to that dude?
What do you think they're doing, Trenchy?
I
Well,
can't see it very...
They're either
What
raping
the
him,
fuck?
eating him, or skinning him alive. Probably not in
Oh
that
my
order.
god, it does look. Why?
No.
Oh my
No,
God!
no,
You
Okay,
got your
now
Dawn of the Dead mixed in my Deliverance. What are you doing?
Huh?
It said you got your Dawn of the Dead mixed with my Deliverance. What are you doing?
It gets worse. The crossed get smarter and start playing. You call it the biscuit game. It's an American thing with American footballers. They start playing the biscuit game with bullets.
Wait, what?
They Ethel, you okay?
I'm
so
American, and I have never heard of the biscuit game.
You haven't
apparently
heard of the biscuit game?
American footballers put a cookie or a biscuit into a bowl, and they all jack onto it, and the last person to finish has to eat the fucking cookie.
That's
But,
prison.
like,
That's prison, not footballers.
huh?
That's prison, not footballers.
Okay, well, in the comic it says footballers, but it's comic. But
most footballers are prisoners.
They
towards the
really
end of
don't
it,
know
so-
us.
okay. So
Welcome to America. Everyone carries gun.
Of course, that's not really what they do in the joint.
but no, basically the virus can be transmitted via blood, spittle, and semen, and they coat their bullets. They get smart and they coat their bullets and semen to shoot people with to infect them, even if they don't kill them. So,
Even though it would be easier to stick the bullet in your mouth, swirl it around, and then stick it in the chamber.
but they're the crossed. There's a scene with them. There's a scene with 5 of them sodomizing a vulture. They can't help it
Why?
because they're bored.
No. What? I don't want to see it.
No.
No, that's not.
Fucking asshole. It's like,
But that's
It's
one
like-
hell of a mix. Zombies trying
sounds-
to sexually molest a carrion bird.
Yeah, because they're
No,
bored.
thank you.
it's like, that's a little much for me. I like fucked up shit, but what the fuck?
Like this is my favorite alternate cover because fuck the Catholic Church.
Oh yeah, I kind of agree with you there, Marty. I'm on board with that.
But yeah, if you want to see a zombie story that would put, well, I don't know, would you classify the cross to zombies? A viral outbreak story that would put the fucking willies up you. This one, literally, they'll put the willy up you.
Basically, the Ravagers from Firefly.
Yeah,
Lovely.
the Reaper. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty good. I absolutely adore Avatar Press. Avatar Press do shit that they do wonderful horror comics, but this and the stuff they do will never be made into a movie. Does anyone want to?
I hope not.
Does anyone want to see a really fucked up werewolf comic?
Yes.
Okay, be right back.
oh,
Yes. Are the werewolves fucking vultures in that too, or?
I mean, if you want weird werewolf sex, just watch Howling 2.
I've watched Howling.
Oh yes, Howling 2 is amazing.
Yes, and if you want weird werewolf stuff with kangaroos, also kangaroo werewolves, Howling 3.
Howling 3.
Now, let me pose this question.
There's this one.
Would you
This is
consider
one really fun werewolf movie called
fiction horror?
what, Mark?
So let me pose this question.
Count what is horror?
Would you guys consider Puppet Masters a science fiction horror or just straight horror?
Straight horror.
That's definitely. I call it science fiction a little bit because yes, it's science fiction mixed with fantasy because he gets it from Egyptian gods, but it is in a vial that he injects into the puppets, which is kind of scientific in a way. And a lot of them are mad scientists.
Yeah, I forget.
I always thought,
forget.
Puppet Master was like Reanimator but shrunken size.
Yeah, fair enough with that. There is the definitely fantasy thing too, because you got the gremlins in part 4 and 5, and you find out in 7 that there is the Egyptian gods gave it to him and all this other crazy shit. But yeah, I could definitely mix in because part 6 has a mad scientist in it as well, and that's pretty much a ripoff of Sis, which is a snake movie from the 70s about a mad scientist.
So I have an interesting question. Since you brought up fantasy, what movies would you say best blend fantasy with horror? Because that's kind of my particular wheelhouse.
Oh shit! I really like Ogre. I think it's called Ogre. It's got Christian Isabel in it, and there's like an evil ogre killing people.
Return to Oz.
Yes.
I can
Yes.
see that.
I love Return to Oz, especially since it's actually really, really accurate to the books. And most of the disturbing stuff in there is just straight out of the books. The whole, heads thing, that's from the books. The whole thing with the witch who has a bunch of different heads in the cabinet and wears a different one for her mood, that's straight out of the original book series. But then you've also got, her, Dorothy being taken to a mental institution and the shock therapy stuff at the beginning, which is just really dark and...
Yeah, it's fucked up. I don't know how they were going to try and... Disney intended on marketing that to children. Actually, do you know what is almost passes as a horror movie that's a fantasy? Dragon Slayer. It was released by Disney in the 80s. Peter McNeil.
I haven't seen it.
The princess has her chest cavity eaten by baby dragons. The wizard is fucking torn to pieces.
Yay!
It's a
I remember
fucking
that
movie.
I want to see that.
It's Peter
I think
McNeil
you-
from Ally McBeal is in it.
I think you have.
So, guys, how classically are people turned into werewolves?
Usually by bite.
What? Bite,
It depends
bite,
on-
scratch.
Yeah.
Depends
Like
on the culture you're basing it on.
Yeah. They're
Jesus,
all-
Martin, what are you about to show us? You were smiling there sadistically, and I did not like it.
I love it.
Because
I love it.
Because in some cultures, you become a werewolf by being basically raped by a werewolf or by being the child of a werewolf.
And some people just choose to be a werewolf.
What happened? Basically, you have to have sex with these shield maidens. They're the ancestors of Viking shield maidens. And the fucked up thing is their clitoris is in the shape of a swastika.
Oh,
Why?
That is
Why?
Don't show me that.
I would like to bring a point of order here. For once, it's
Martin,
not me
close
that's
your eyes. I
bringing-
wanna
that's
see it.
mentioned anything about Nazis. It's trashed all the way.
And we're banned.
All right,
It's okay.
trash. It was his fault. It was his fault, not mine.
Apparently, it's my stream. Don't worry about it. Apparently, though, it's going back to like fucking. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna try and find. There's a
If
scientist.
anybody is confused, they did not see that. That never happened.
It's all in your mind. You imagined it. It's your fault.
There is no swastika.
We got that
clitoris.
mind wipe device for Men in Black.
Trenchy is actively suppressing it from his memories now.
He doesn't want to.
12 years from now, he's going to talk into a therapist.
I flashed myself with the flash.
And then he held up the comic, and it was awful. Oh, God.
We felt sorry for the comic because he didn't want to be picked up in the first place.
I actually liked it. That was a cool looking picture. I might pick this up. Well, that is dope. That is disgusting, but dope.
No.
Why is that a thing?
Why is that a thing?
It's
Why is
Is
it?
it the weird?
it.
Is it the weirdest thing for me to turn around and say that's not the weirdest thing I've seen?
I want to shake this person's hand.
No, you don't.
It might be-
You want to shake his hand after he's washed them first.
Yes.
Oh yes. Of course. Or with gloves, preferably.
Okay, come here a minute, Trenchy. I'm going to
Really
send
don't
you the
find that
comic.
book used, I guess.
See, this
What?
stream took an odd turn, and it's not my fault. I feel kind of proud of myself.
This stream is just one long.
You- you were the
Deacon,
voice
we're
of
all mad
sanity
here,
for once
besides
in the
Martin.
stream.
But Martin's caddy.
Like, yeah, no, Martin's definitely can hang, man. We put him through some disturbing shit, and he's still here. He still
hear
talks
that,
to us.
You hear
Why
that,
does he
Adro?
still
You get-
talk to us?
Because some people are gluttons for punishment.
Yeah.
But also, we like him.
If my lovely girlfriend is on the stream, I thank you so much for sticking by me, even though I read this revolting shit. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky this woman is understanding.
We gotta get her on the stream one of these days.
Mhm.
I'm going to. We intend to do it in where she's doing nursing, and we're going to watch a bunch of action movies where guys do first aid on themselves, and she's going to take the piss out of it and say what they're doing wrong and what they should do and shouldn't do. Okay,
That's
so forward.
Martin. Well, no,
Yeah.
Fiend.
Yes.
Wrong Martin, my bad.
There are
Shit.
two Martins here.
Call him a stat. He'll answer to it.
I saw you put up your contest video today. I will watch that later, man.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, I'll definitely support you.
Thank you.
And do the video and shit.
Yep. Yes. So just quick self-promotion. I'm doing my 300 subscriber contest. That video went up today. I've got some movies that some of them are just things I wanted to get rid of, but they're actually really good movies. And I did buy some special stuff as well. So please check out the.
Okay, I'll definitely. Yeah.
That wasn't
Andrew,
me.
drop the
That wasn't
link.
me. Oh no.
Oh, you
Drop
want?
the link
I
for
will.
those videos on the chat. Trenchy, there's a link to the entire collected version of the comics in the chat if you want to pick it up and have a look at them.
Oh. Yeah, I'll definitely probably check it out. It might not be in my price range at the moment, but I'll definitely put it on the back burner,
Trenchy,
you know.
Trenchy, all the issues are in the link I sent you.
Oh,
This
what
day,
the fuck? Dude,
free
you can
comic
read it
day
online?
on the website, Jay.
Okay, I got you. Why are we speaking in code? Yeah, but I got you.
Because I have friends in the comic book community, and I don't want to be that douchebag. Free comics.
Pardon me.
I got you.
Our stream,
But,
or whatever.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
Oh God. But
You rang?
yes, Deacon.
You rang.
What was I going to say to you again? What do you think was the worst movie that came out in 2019?
Came out when?
Last year, 2019. What do you think was the worst movie that came out?
I haven't watched enough.
I liked most of the movies I saw last year, so that's hard.
Did you-
I'm gonna say fuck La Llorona.
Mark, what about you? Any films from
Like-
last year you thought were utter scutter?
One thing the one movie that really was supposed to be great, and I just couldn't get into it, and I thought it sucked, was The Conjuring Part 2.
I love that movie. To be honest, but I can
It was way overhyped.
see your hate for it.
When did it
It
come out?
was.
And it didn't scare me nearly as much as the first one did.
Conjuring 2 came out, I believe, 2015, maybe
We were talking
2016.
about movies from last year.
What did I watch last year that I found offensive?
I have one.
Hmm?
I have one.
Yes,
By all
Steve.
means, Deegan.
Critters Attacks.
Never
I heard
watched
that
it.
sucked.
The TV series?
No, they made a movie. They made a fourth movie, and
No,
it was
a film
terrible.
movie.
Yeah. What was the Critters series that came out last year? Because I heard that was really fun.
It was okay, but they did a few things which really didn't float my boat.
Don't you mean a fifth movie?
Probably Critters Attacks. Yeah,
It
Yeah,
would
the
be
fifth one.
fifth movie.
There's
yeah, the fifth movie.
Critters on the farm, critters in the small town, critters in the apartment, critters in space.
And then you got this one, which is Critters Back on Earth, and it turns out that they have a queen, which is good and doesn't eat flesh and wants everyone to get along.
What?
Wait,
Why?
That's not-
Yeah,
2015 for me was this summer.
that's what I mean. They completely ruined the entire franchise with that one movie.
oh
So you're
man.
saying
Trenchy, is that as bad as Andrew Toulon being a Nazi? That there's a good
It-
critters.
I think it's worse because you just took these monstrous creatures and that eat everything and just said, "Oh, that's just a deviant group of them." There's a friendly version, like Gremlins. It works because that was set up at the start, but you can't like do that halfway through a series. You can't.
The fact,
That-
the fact that they even give them a queen feels like a ripoff of Aliens. And then to water it down like that is sort of like an insult. I don't know.
That's
Ugh.
fairly
But,
shy.
that might be the TV series I'm thinking of, because the movie. Right, let me figure out. TV series is where it's probably the Queen, and the movie is where. Oh yeah, the movie is where they put them in suits and they can speak perfect English.
No.
And
That's not good.
there's
Marty,
an off-
don't do it. Don't do it.
and there's an offspring. There's an offspring on planet Earth, which is a hybrid of human and critter.
What? Okay, that I might
Yeah.
be slightly down for, but everything else, no.
Oh no,
Oh,
you wouldn't be
here's what
down for the half
happened,
critter thing.
Here's
You
what
wouldn't be down
happened.
for the half critter thing.
There was a white wall. Someone had diarrhea, and people started lamping the diarrhea at the wall to see what would stick. That's the only fucking logical explanation I could see for that being made like that.
It's
Yeah,
it's
as far as I'm concerned, it's not part of the franchise.
it's too bad, you know. I mean, it's not like it was a great franchise to begin with, but I mean, they've got that first movie, which is, as far as what it is, I actually think is a really good movie. As far as
Yeah.
like little creatures that kill people. Pretty
Here's
good.
a fact. Here's a fact for you, Ethel. You know that episode that freaked you out when you were younger? That episode of the show? Critters is actually based on that alien invasion in the farm.
It feels a lot like it, which is probably why it
Yeah.
freaked me out so much.
Yeah, they're both based on exactly the same story.
I like the fact two prominent actors from Titanic started their career in Critters.
How great?
Yeah.
How great is the bowling alley scene in that movie? How great
Yeah.
is that?
It's
Oh!
awesome.
Can we
Okay,
have
so
a Critters
guys-
Titanic crossover?
Which?
I want a Critters Titanic crossover.
That day, there is
Oh
such a-
no,
Clear
Gremlins
fun fact,
Titanic
guys.
crossover.
Did anyone notice that James Cameron essentially he remade Terminator and turned it into a historical epic?
Kind of.
Yeah. So
Kind
a
of,
couple
yes.
from two worlds. They spend one night together. The guy is saving the chick he met in the one night, and trying to survive a big metal piece of technology that wants to tear them apart, and he dies in the end trying to save her. So yeah, Titanic's
You even have a
it's a remake of
You even
Terminator
have-
now.
yeah. You even have a dude chasing him around with a gun.
Yeah, it's Terminator. Titanic is just Terminator.
That made that movie 10 times better for me.
That's what Terminator Genesis should have been. They should have just been on the Titanic for the whole movie.
I would have watched that.
Do you know what TV show? I really wish we got one more season of Sarah Connor Chronicles, because that ended on such a fucking cliffhanger. Did you watch that, Deacon?
Which one? Sorry.
Sarah
What's
Connor
that?
Chronicles.
Yes, I watched that.
Did you
I
enjoy
watched the
it?
first season. Watched the first season, didn't really grab me, so I didn't watch the second.
The second season where it gets good.
Hey, Ethel, isn't it kind of funny that two queens from Game of Thrones both played fucking Sarah Connor?
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Wait, which was the other queen that played her? I haven't seen too many of the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I've only seen a few episodes.
First was Sarah Connor in that show, and then
Oh,
Emilia
okay.
Clarke, who was Daenerys,
Yeah.
was
Played her
Sarah.
in. I will say, I watched the show because I found out about it through Big Bang Theory because they met the chick on the train. But what was weird is they were calling the chick on the train. They said she played Sarah Connor, but she didn't. She played the Terminator character,
She played
which
Cameron.
I'm like, why are they calling her Sarah Connor when she plays the Terminator? It's like, these guys don't care, do they? Sometimes I like that show, but sometimes they don't care.
Cat, behind you, Trenchy.
I know. Go away. We're not the same species. We can't do this. Go away.
Trenchy, I have to scrap my Tommy Doyle. The fucking head I got for the body is too fucking big. I have to try and
Oh
find
shit!
I have to try and find another Paul Rudd figure. And the only
Right.
one that matters is another fucking the Marvel Legends fucking Ant-Man figure, but it's got Paul Rudd's goofy face. I'll try and find it. Try and find fucking bastard. Where's he gone?
Trash trying to find stuff to share with us all. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. Boom, boom, boom.
Fucking zoom into this picture now, because I definitely can't use this. I definitely can't use this figure, his face, as Tommy Doyle. I'm gonna screen share. How do I go up to screen share? Where the fuck is screen share? Ah, here. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, so
Well,
yeah,
he's
I
doing
can't
that.
use.
You can't get it. Oh, there you go.
Oh my
I
god!
I cannot
What did
use
they-
that face for Tommy Doyle.
What did they use? What did they do to his head?
I don't know.
He looks so derpy. He's not that derpy.
But the thing is, that's the only other
they-
fucking Paul.
Hunch.
That's the only other Paul Rudd figure I can get. The other
See,
one is
that-
just too.
See, that kind of expression would work for Shazam, but not for Ant-Man.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, no, Ant-Man is not like that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Guys,
definitely
I
not-
don't give flooters about fucking
Ant-Man-
Ant-Man. It's just I wanted to make fucking. Is it Friday or is it Halloween 4? Tommy Doyle, is it or 5?
Halloween 6.
Halloween 6.
6. Sorry.
Halloween 6.
Yeah.
Or Halloween
Yeah,
6.
because Paul Rudd was still. Yeah, in Halloween 6, he was still playing those like depressing characters. Because Paul Rudd had like a part of his career where he was only playing like these depressing characters.
He got his start in the Super Nintendo commercial. Actually, he's playing Super Nintendo and he's looking really happy about it with his floppy hair. But yeah, no, I like. Let's be honest, guys. I can't use that fucking head for Tommy Doyle.
No, he's very
other guy-
moody.
The other guy looks like he suffers from hydrocephalus. Basically, he's like Jason. His head's too fucking big for the body.
Mhm.
It was a good fucking head, like.
I was gonna say he looks like he just upper deckered your toilet and he's waiting for you to find out.
Yeah, that bastard.
He's the kind of guy who thinks his farts don't smell. Farts in the elevator and is just waiting for everybody else to notice.
I can't wait till he goes in the bathroom tonight.
At least he went into the bathroom. He didn't turn around and say, "Oh, what? Can't wait until he gets into his own bed tonight."
There's another one.
Oh
as
my
well.
God,
There's another one as well I want to show you. And the thing is, everyone's saying it's a great figure, but it looks like. Does anyone watch Supernatural?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that show.
Okay, you know the angel. You know the angel guy in Supernatural.
Castiel.
Yeah. So tell me who this reminds you of, guys. Hold on 1 second. Is that Paul Rudd?
I can't see it yet.
That
What?
definitely
That-
looks more. That's not
That's
Castiel.
Yeah.
That looks more. Yeah. No. No.
It looks
It's like a
little bit
mix between them.
Collins. I can see it.
Yeah.
It also looks like your man
Looks
from
like
Parks
Bill
and Rec,
Hickok.
Adam Scott. It looks like fucking Adam Scott.
Yeah.
Aye.
It looks like some weird love child of like that. Like if Paul Rudd and Misha Cotton had this weird love child.
He looks like someone who would fit in Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can all agree it does not look like Paul Rudd.
Oh, it's definitely not Paul Rudd.
No, it doesn't.
So
Looks
I
like Paul Rudd
basically-
and Affleck Photoshop.
my Tommy Doyle is basically fucked and stalled because the figure I got, his head was close enough, but it was fucking. It's too big.
If you send me a picture of the thing of a full frame profile of the picture of the head you're looking for, I can have a look through the collections that are in my area.
No, it's okay, dude. I've scoured the fucking planet looking for the fucking thing.
Oh no, there's a
Printer.
few stores near me that aren't online.
Okay. I Ethel 3D printing. It's been hit or miss with me because fucking I've tried making fucking stuff and I tried making a Lex Luthor and it looked like Gandhi. So yeah, I don't go with 3D.
There's this
Gandhi
there
Lupa.
that does.
What?
Sorry.
There's this company that does 3D printing, and they do models specifically for little scale kits. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I'd have to look it up, but I could definitely post it
Forge
on Twitter.
Hammer?
Huh?
Forge Hammer?
No. Oh man, I can't remember at all what it's called. I think it's like I can't remember.
Don't
I
worry,
feel
I'll do a deep dive later.
Mhm.
I have to go to my. Unfortunately, it's upstairs in my other room. Otherwise, I'd be able to look it up on the computer. But I'm
Don't
in the
worry.
back, so no computer.
Yeah, don't worry. It can wait. Marty isn't looking for right now. He's looking for
No.
probably in the future.
I was just so fucking disappointed. I was like, yes, I have this unique fucking horror figure, and I'm like, ugh.
Right.
I thought I'd let you know, Marty. It's 2 a.m.
I'm gonna, yeah. I think I might dust off, guys. I'm gonna get some kip. But
Yeah, no, no.
it's been awesome. It's been awesome having you. And actually, before I go, right, Deacon, what's next? Anything you want to plug while you're here? What's next going to be released by you?
No idea.
Okay. Anything in the pipeline or anything that you're hoping to get out or?
The only thing that's in the pipeline is I'm doing a Critters survival guide.
Okay, cool. Trenchy,
Nice.
have you any videos in the pipeline?
I got two that I hopefully will be able to get out soon. The Orange County review, and I would like to try to get that "What Do You Want, Paul" cover done pretty soon. I know you requested that, Ampro, and I do want to get that done for you. I just gotta learn the song.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry, Trenchy, go on.
I know.
What?
I was about to say, please, if you have put a tag video out, send me the tag info via Messenger, so I will make a video for it because I keep forgetting.
Okay, yeah, I've the good movie tag. If you want to do it, Trenchy did it, and someone else. Mark, did you do that yet? Actually,
What?
the ruined good movie tag.
No.
If you want to give it a go, it's in my thing, and you can have a look at the questions. Antro, do you want to plug your 20 for 20? Is it 20 for 20 again?
Me? No.
Yeah.
Or
Your subs, you're coming up to. Yeah, you have a fucking video for. Is it? Oh,
300 subs.
Yeah, the 300 subs contest.
Yeah.
I put that out today, and I have some prizes that I think a lot of people are going to like, so I recommend checking that out. And next weekend, I'm going to be filming one of the last reviews for this season of Heart of the Night reviews, and I think I'm also going to be doing the Ruined Good Movie tag that weekend. So,
Cool beans.
Nice.
Awesome. Looking forward to the end episode. It should be a nice spectacular.
all right, I think that's the second to last episode. I've got one after that, but that'll be the last of those, and then eventually there will be a ranking video.
Mark, have you any videos coming out in the pipeline? Reviews
Yeah,
or
I'm going to be ranking the Scream franchise.
Okay. And are you
Awesome.
going to have you done a review for Sputnik and Peninsula yet, or are you going to? Or are you kind of like?
I did a review for Peninsula. I haven't done one for Sputnik yet.
Okay. Ethel, are you going? On your Twitter? Did I see you're thinking of going Twitch streaming or video game streaming or did I read the wrong thing? Or?
I might be doing StreamYard at some point just for like some supplemental material because I'm doing this move thing, and if I do StreamYard, I can do that from anywhere as evidence from the backyard. So I figure maybe I'll do that until I get settled, and then I can finally go back into production on my show, which is unfortunate because I have everything set up right now. But yeah, what can you do?
Well,
Do you have a channel set up?
Yeah, the 13 originals.
What's it
Marcel?
called?
13 originals.
13 originals. Okay, I'll try to look it up. I'll try to find it.
Fucking copy and paste the link to the channel in the chat if you want, if you can.
All right, it might be kind of complicated with my tablet, but I'll figure it out.
Either that or I'll just look you up on Twitter and I'll let you know it's me. And then maybe you could link the channel there.
Frenchie, for the love of burning fuck, will you find me on Twitter? Because trying to contact you, I have a chance of contacting Jesus Christ sometime.
Okay, what's your name on Twitter? Anybody who has a Twitter account, what's your name?
The Trash Picture Show. Trash Picture. Actually, go into my channel. I have a link to it in my channel description on YouTube. I should have.
Okay.
And my Twitter is _Ethel _cross _.
Okay. Yeah.
Mine is Anthrophene. It's one word.
Anthrophene? Okay. Yeah. I'll find you guys. No problem with that.
Huh? I'm already following.
Are you on the Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name on Twitter? What's your name on Twitter? If people want to look
Same as it is on here.
I think I'm following you, Mark.
Okay.
I just put my Twitter in the chat. Just make it a bit easier.
Okay.
I know I'm following Ethel and both Martins. I don't know if I'm. You may be following me, Trinity, but I ain't sure.
My name's weird on there, man.
You're being stalked by a soulless trench coat.
Trenchy's like the Bigfoot, except he's like, he
you lost an Ethel.
Shit. I'll wait till she comes back and then I'll go because I don't want to be a dick.
I didn't know how to make a custom name, right? So it's kind of just some weird shit. They took my name in real life and put like the squiggly A in the middle of it and a bunch of other things. It's really weird.
Okay, so did you contact? Oh god.
Oh, I'm so glad I can move in this mask.
Dude, is that from a movie or something? I know you said it earlier, but I forgot. But I've seen that before.
Oh, I took the base idea and merged it from the new Mad Max movie.
Painted it like
a stormtrooper.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I see that.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
And the hat fits very well with like the hat, you know. It seems like a real thing. Well, I know it is a real thing, but it doesn't seem customized, you know. It seems like a real character.
Yeah, it just took a while to get this to fit right. Went through 2 prototypes.
Oh, you did a good job, man. I give you props.
Okay, Trenchy, what are you on Twitter?
What?
What are you on Twitter? What's your name on Twitter?
I think it's like B squiggly A .R O B. It's weird, man. I'll just find you guys. I am like technology fucking
You're a Luddite.
What's it called?
You're a Luddite.
Yes, I'm not good with technology.
You can't be as bad as me unless it was built after 2018 or built before 1818. Technology doesn't like me.
Right. I got like the picture from my main picture is the bad guy from the Sarah Jane Adventures, the alien with the long tongue that replicates people.
Oh yeah.
And then I have Alice. I got the Once Upon a Time in Wonderland as my border or whatever with the with the Jabberwocky and the Queen of Hearts.
Oh,
They're
that's
seen
cool.
together.
That's cool.
That is
Because
nice
I'm
of it.
like, that looks like some cool fucked up. I watched the show. I'm like, I'll just take this demented scene and just see what happens when people come and see this.
It's usually the best way. Just leave it there and see what people's reactions are. Do a Banksy.
Yeah, no, I like that weird combination, and plus I love that scene. I like the Red Queen as a character, and I think that really opens up her character in that scene.
I love that show. I'm so sad it got canceled.
Yeah, and what happened was they ended it nicely, right? They ended it nicely in the show, but then in Once Upon a Time they fucked it over. They brought the Knave of Hearts into the fucking show, and they tried to. I guess I don't know what happened to Anastasia, but she's out of the picture at this point, I guess. And he's trying to bang Belle and ruin that relationship with Rumpelstiltskin. I'm like, this is not. No, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I fell off of Once Upon a Time before that happened, I think.
You would have been pissed, I think, because I was pissed. Because they had a good thing and then they fucked it up.
I watched it all the way up to the reincarnation of Once Upon a Time Again.
I tried watching that. I like the series still. It's just it's a little much.
With that one, they messed up too much.
It's weird because they're like, this is.
Did
Hey,
you get the link, or are you alright? Well, actually, hang on, I'll try and find the photo, Tim. Ethel, what was the last video? What was the last video I done commented on? Did you comment on any of my videos recently? Because I might be able to like get a shortcut to your channel via that.
I don't think so. I don't think I've commented on anything recently.
Is it just called? Is it 13?
13 originals.
Letters or numbers or number?
Letters, but it's spelled with a 1 and a 3 instead of an I and an E.
Oh, cool.
It's all old videos on there from the last 2 people on the channel. But I edited and produced everything.
Oh, yeah.
You should be seeing an orange sphere with a 13 on it.
Yep. 22 subscribers. Copy. New subscribers. So take that up to 23. Coming back to this one, and that's your YouTube.
Copy and paste it in the chat if you can, Deacon.
Yep, already done that for the YouTube, and I'm doing the same for the Twitter.
It's a small channel.
And this is the
We'll give it a
Twitter
look.
that is on her Facebook. There we go.
Okay, cool. I'll copy, or this chat should still be up after this, so I can go back and I can copy what I need to copy. Or actually, I can just get on the laptop.
Did the link there to the channel go on to the YouTube chat?
There we go. I'm putting the one that goes to her real one because it looks like there were 2 separate ones. There we go. That should take you to, once you copy and paste, take her to her main Twitter.
Okay.
Okay.
I can sometimes be on the ball. Sometimes.
I gotta end the stream because I am zapped. So, thanks,
Your brain
Billy.
is now dead. Your net brain is now dead. Your brain is now dead. It's time for you to go to bed.
I know it's not dead. it needs a bit of
Little
downhill.
guy.
Sure. If one of you wants to hijack the ensemble and start another stream and jump onto theirs, work away,
Oh
guys.
no. For me, it's 2:15 a.m. and I've got to be up tomorrow.
I'm doing something at 10:30 on another person's channel, if that's still going on. So, I don't have any hours anyway.
You traitor! Whose channel are you going to? You traitor!
Probably Corey. We're gonna watch, I think, our Day of the Dead, because we did Dawn of the Dead, so we're probably gonna do Day of the Dead. I don't know if that's still happening, but
Yeah, if I'm awake, I might hover in chat and poke people.
Right. I'm going to dust off. You guys, as always, have been awesome. So, yeah, anyone who's watching, check these mofos out. I'll leave links to their stuff tomorrow because I'm too lazy, and too tired, too cranky to do it now. So, have a good one, everyone. Bye now.
Bye.
Good night,
Hey,
everyone.
Frosty.
Bye.